Hey everybody, it's me, Amadio. No, I'm kidding. It's obviously me, Prince's friend. Um, Thank you very much for coming back to the channel. I'm actually starting the stream about 5 minutes early, so everybody gets alerted, and then everybody can kind of come and come before we all actually jump in and start having fun doing the brackets, the Prince Madness brackets, which has become a yearly tradition for us. And just so you know, just because I haven't been around for a bit, I wasn't gonna miss this. And yes, I know it's like almost the end of March. Doesn't matter. It doesn't matter if it's almost the end of March. There's more than enough time. So I just want to make sure if anybody is having any audio issues, any video issues with anything that's going on here, let me know in the chat because I had to like reset up everything because OBS decided to mess up and like erase all of my stuff. So I had to reset everything as quickly as I could. Hopefully, it is all coming through loud and clear. But definitely very happy to see everybody here, and I'm excited to go through the brackets. I did some different stuff with it this year. I know what was it last year? I think we actually switched it and we did hey Theo. Last year I think we switched it, or the year before. I'm trying to remember. Let me see. No. It was the year before last that we switched it up and we did albums instead of just songs. This time, we definitely are doing songs again. Because when we did albums, it was we only put 16 pairings. But when you can do songs, like I like having 32 pairings. I don't know why. I just do. But yes, yeah, so like I said, we're not going to get started quite yet. I'm waiting for everybody to kind of show up and get some people in here. I'm going to go ahead and put a link to the brackets in the chat. So there's also one in the description if you're looking at it on the main page. But you can definitely go and grab the brackets, and you can follow along, and you can tell me where I'm wrong. Uh, I did already go through the brackets myself, but I'm kind of gonna go through, and we're gonna like talk about my choices and whatnot. But for the most part, we definitely I had a lot of fun filling this one out. I feel like the pairings, there were a lot of very like obvious pairings on this one. But you know, that is what it is. Just you know, channel upkeep and whatnot. I do plan on coming back in April, and I'm gonna try and shoot for about a video a week. Probably nothing like too rigorous or whatever, but there's a lot of stuff to talk about. Not only just the musical, but then they're also making a movie. What was it called? Jukebox movie. They're also celebrations coming up. There's hopefully a new album coming out. So I mean, there's a lot to discuss. Hello to Theo, Melissa, Megahertz. Hey, dude, how you doing? Private Joy and Lorraine. Oh, Lorraine, I love you, Lorraine. And Tyler. So yes, definitely thank you to everybody who is here. We're looking at about 25 people or so in the chat right now. I was going to give another couple minutes. The official time to start was 7. But I did want to go ahead and just jump on a little bit early, get people jumping in here. Um, Definitely Martin Gold from Scotland. Wow, dude. Thank you for watching. That means that means it's actually kind of late there. Well, I appreciate you hanging out with me here. Again, hopefully everybody can hear me just fine. And yeah, I'm very excited. And again, don't forget to grab the link that's there in the chat to grab the brackets yourself, so that we can go ahead and we can fill it out together. 11 p.m. Okay, so 11's not too bad. 11's not too bad. Okay, that's I could do 11. I was like, oh my god, is it like 1 there? It's like, oh my god, thank you. Um, so yes. So with that in mind, it's about to turn 7. So with we're gonna do that, and we're gonna go ahead and shoot the intro. So welcome to Prince's Friend, and where we explore music through Prince. Here's the intro. it's different when I can't like blend it in. Like when I'm using software editing, it's just I can like blend it in like, and I can start talking over it at the same time. But um, I miss having the intro. I might change the intro, but it stood the test of time. I think it's still very effective. So maybe I don't need to do any of that. But yes, we have 25 people in there. We have the bracket in the chat. I do want to just go ahead and let you know a little bit about how I created this one. This year, the theme was singles versus deep cuts. So what I did is I kind of went album by album, and I found what albums had singles. I mean, obviously, actually, not all of them did. A couple of the albums didn't have singles, but I made sure that I have at least one single from most of the major albums, and usually a B side off of, not a B side, but just a non single track. But I tried to not pick like an obvious track. I tried to pick ones that haven't been on any of the brackets before. But also obviously not any that have won. Previous winners have been was Call My Name in 2023. 2021 was 2020 was Computer Blue, and 2019 was Musicology. So those are the winning ones. Those don't get to be on brackets anymore because they've already won. Hello to Wayne. Hello to Vicky. So those songs don't get to be on the bracket anymore, but we do have some songs that are on here for the first time, and some of them that have they're trying to give it another go. So we'll see how that ends up working. Hopefully, we'll end up with a good outcome. So again, there's a link to the bracket either in the chat just a little bit above, or in the description. And I think it's time to go ahead and get started. Let me do this thing here. Bam. Oh no, it messed with my. All right, hold on. I gotta make myself the appropriate size. This was supposed to already be done. I did this already. All right, there we go. Hi, everybody. So now I'm down in a little corner, but you see the Prince Madness bracket is here. So I'm basically going to scroll through, the brackets as we go through them, and we're going to fill it out together, at least on my end. So it's going to be pretty cool. So the first pairing there, and the whole first, so there's four major brackets. Two of them are singles, are filled with singles. Two of them are filled with deep cuts, and then they'll all like kind of go head to head. It'll be fun. So the first one is Dens for Me versus The Truth. Now, when we're doing, I don't know, when we're comparing songs, again, some of these are not necessarily like, it's almost unfair to put them against each other. It is one thing to put like a dance song versus another dance song and whatnot, but when you have something like Dance for Me, which is, it's a pretty darn good dance song. It's got a good beat. It's got Q-Tip on there. I mean, where else are you gonna go with that? But then you have it go up against a song like The Truth, and The Truth is like, it's really like emotional, spiritual, acoustic. Like, how are those two comparable? That doesn't even make any sense. Um, so with that in mind, I think I just kind of needed to go for whichever one like just kind of spoke to me the most. And that's not necessarily, it's hard to say really which one will really speak to you more than another, obviously. But um I oh no, that's right. Chocolate Box has that. Chocolate Box has Q-Tip. You are correct. This song is just good though. Dance for Me. So yeah, so we're gonna actually go. I actually went with Dance for Me. Yes, I went with Dance for Me. I feel like Dance for Me it spoke to me in the moment. Why is this not pasting? Of course it's not pasting. All right, well then we're just gonna do this. We're just gonna do this, and we're just gonna write Dance for Me. All right, so Dance for Me, I think, is gonna win my first bracket. Dance for Me is it's a damn good song, and the truth is good too, but they're good for very different reasons. And I think for now, I think I'm gonna go with this one. So yeah, definitely gonna go with Dance for Me. So if we go for the second pairing, which is Supercute versus Let It Go. Now, Supercute is interesting. Supercute's a very interesting song. Um, because it's not one of the more well-known ones. Supercute was it was actually a single off of the Chocolate Invasion. I think Chocolate Invasion had two singles. Yes, it was Supercute and You Make My Sun Shine. Now, You Make My Sunshine, I love that song too much. I actually didn't put that song. I was like I could put Super Cute or I could put You Make My Sunshine. I feel like You Make My Sunshine did really like almost too well in a previous bracket. So I was like let me put a different one on here. Um but when you compare it to Let It Go, I mean, Let It Go is just it's got that like really kind of interesting like it has that really what is it called catchy riff that it's hard for me to like not pick Let It Go. So it's definitely I think it's definitely going to be um Let It Go. It's going to be Let It Go. And it looks like some of you were saying Let It Go in the chat. So I'm happy that we're at least in most agreement, mostly agreement for the time being, until I'm sure I'll make some weird, I'll veer off in a weird direction and you guys will start yelling at me. But yeah, I'm definitely going to go with Let It Go. I also have a weird affection for Let It Go just because I really loved the like the maxi single and stuff. Like I love a lot of the stuff that's going on in that song. Plus it's got a really good message of like, not caring about like status and whatnot. So it definitely has things going for it. So the next pairing though is the Breakdown versus Free Yourself. Now I have said several times on this channel that Free Yourself is probably one of my all-time favorite Prince songs. It was, I believe, like one of the last singles that he released. It didn't come off of an album. It was just a single. Uh, and it is one of my all-time favorite songs of his. Like it literally still to this day, anytime I listen to it, it makes me cry. It's one of those really hard songs that it's just I just love that song. It's hard to not feel the emotion of that song when he wrote it, and the lyrics are very simplistic but really good. However, all of those same things can be said for the Breakdown, and I think he also challenges himself a lot more vocally on the Breakdown. So with that said, I think it's definitely going to have to be the Breakdown. The Breakdown wins against Free Yourself, which it looks to me, I'm going to try and spell this stuff correctly. It looks to me like most of the people in the chat were already like, yeah, obviously the Breakdown. What the hell's wrong with you? But for me, that's a hard choice. I know for not everybody, that's not a hard choice for everybody because, like I said, Free Yourself is not even a highly known song. Like the Breakdown was the big single that was released on Artificial Age, and like a lot of people heard that song. Free Yourself, not so much, right? At the same time, love the song. It's if you have not heard Free Yourself, go listen to that one because Free Yourself is really good, and obviously the Breakdown is good too. So the next one is Greatest Romance Ever Sold versus Fixurlifeup. Now that one was a weird one because again, kind of like a funky ballad versus a more rocking song that he did obviously with Third Eye Girl later on. Obviously, I do have an affinity for later songs, so Fixurlifeup wins this one for me personally. I can see a lot of people possibly going Greatest Romance Ever Sold. I think that there's something about Greatest Romance Ever Sold that there's like there, I don't know, it always has like a weird tone to it. I think it's because also the album that it's off of is very much about like loss and divorce and all that stuff. I mean, there's Prince was going through it during that album. So I don't know. For me, it's a little bit difficult for me to be like, uh, greatest romance ever sold is better than Fix Your Life Up, because Fix Your Life Up, that's a damn good song. So for me, and again, this might be where we veer off. For me, it's going to be Fix Your Life Up. Your life up. One word, no spaces. That's why I like Prince's stuff. I'm gonna have to like start naming my songs like that. So I'm gonna go Fix Your Life Up. I'm more a fan of rock anyway. That's just kind of how it is in my world. But also I feel like I don't know, I feel like that song is maybe just more well put together. I think Greatest Romance Ever Sold also kind of it drones on maybe near the end a little bit. Like I think it overstays his welcome. Maybe that's it. Maybe that's it. I do like a couple of the remixes though, for Greatest Romance. Anyway, uh, moving on. The next one is Born to Die versus I Want to Be Your Lover. Um, okay, so I Want to Be Your Lover, great song. I wanted to definitely have Welcome to America represented on here. That was one of the main things I wanted. I was like, not leaving off anything. You'll see later on I have one from the originals as well on here. Uh, if you compare the two songs, Born to Die, I like the song, but like I Want to Be Your Lover, I feel like I'm going to Be Your Lover is just a classic, right? It's hard to get away from I guess it's hard to like it's hard to say like that I Want to Be Your Lover wins for nostalgia. I feel like it's a really well put together song. And Born to Die is great, but I'm going to give it to I Wanna Be Your Lover. Definitely is going to have to go for I Want to Be Your Lover. Um, Sad but true. Sorry, Born to Die. I love you. But gotta go with I Want to Be Your Lover there. And it looks like in the chat, all of you were also in agreement there. I think this is more agreement than I've really ever gotten. So far, we've only disagreed on one song, so I'm kind of liking this. I'm kind of liking that you guys are on my side here. It's weird. Toss up Gloria. I mean, it could be a toss. I could have easily given it to Born to Die as well. To be quite honest, I could have easily given it to Born to Die. Um, excuse me. Next one is Come On versus The Holy River. Uh, you know what? It's one of those weird things. I wanted a good single from Emancipation. That was my goal, was to get a good one from Emancipation. And but when I was looking at, there weren't that many singles from Emancipation. And the other biggest one was Betcha by Golly Wow. It was Betcha by Golly Wow and Holy River, and I was like, and it seemed unfair to put Face Down on here because I've already done a video about how Face Down is one of like Prince's most like epic songs and it's a masterpiece, right? So I was like, let me put Holy River on here. Problem is, Holy River's also an epic guitar ballad that I freaking love every minute of it. Come On is good, right? Come On is, I think the last album review that I did was New Power Soul, and Come On is off of that, come on, baby, come on, shake it now. Like that's a good song, right? It's got nothing on the Holy River. Sorry to say, like it just really doesn't. It has nothing on the Holy River. So, with that in mind, how do I get? I'm trying to get this to. Can I type it? There you go. The Holy River. It's gonna take a lot to knock down the Holy River, in my opinion. Holy River is a hard one. Somebody was also a single. However, that one actually I think was also on a previous one and did really, really well. So I was trying to vary up the choices here and try to put songs on here that have not been on the brackets before. So yes. The next one, two kind of real classics, Delirious versus Diamonds and Pearls. So Delirious being an amazing song. The first place that I ever heard Delirious, and this might make some of you laugh because I heard it as a child, was in Cheech and Chong Still Smoking. It was I believe that was one of their last movies, if not their last movie. But it was a Cheech and Chong movie. Was the last place was the first place that I, as a child, heard the song Delirious. So every time I hear it, I see Cheech Marin's face. Like it's this weird thing that happens with my brain. Delirious is also I don't know if anybody here knows, but I've done a couple of shows with Sir Jack's funk extravaganza show where he does a tribute to Prince, and a couple of times he's brought me up on stage and we've sung Delirious together. Like, it is one of my all-time favorite songs. But if you put it up against Diamonds and Pearls, oh man, that's a hard one, because Diamonds and Pearls is a powerhouse. Diamonds and Pearls is one of those songs that I feel like it comes off kind of cheesy at first, but like, if anybody's ever seen it, there's a video of Captain America. I forgot his name, Chris Evans. There's a video of him just online just reading the lyrics, and like, he was just reading the lyrics and it like brought a tear to my eye because they're so simple and yet like they're so powerful. So I'm going to give it to Diamonds and Pearls. Despite all of those amazing things that I said about Delirious, that's how this game works. It's going to go to Diamonds and Pearls. It bees like that sometime, as Pink would say. So the next one is Hardrocklover versus Sexuality. Yeah, I know a lot of people like Sexuality. I think Sexuality was one of those songs, and I feel like Dirty Mind as a whole wasn't really an album that I connected with. And I think Sexuality is a good song, but when I saw that Hardrocklover was one of the singles for Hit and Run Phase 1, I was like, oh, well, I'm going to put that one on there because I love that song. And sadly, I think Sexuality might have been able to beat some other songs, but for me, Hardrocklover, I feel like it's better than Sexuality. And Sexuality is a classic. And honestly, it should even win just for the same nostalgic reason as I Want to Be Your Lover kind of won. But also, I feel like Hardrocklover is it's too good. And I see everybody disagrees with me there. And honestly, that's about right. That's about right. I feel like Hardrocklover deserves a little bit of extra love there, though, because Hardrocklover is just so good. Sexuality, again, I feel like Sexuality could have beat some other songs. And I see Jay Lapis says Sexuality put him on the map. That's true. Sexuality put him on the map. It was one of the first videos that he had on MTV. But if you compare them lyrically, if you compare them musically, Sexuality, I mean, let's just go through it, right? Sexuality has a bump, 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 bump. Like, no, I'm sorry. That's Dirty Mind. I don't know what I'm doing here. Sexuality has those screams in it, though, which are really cool. I don't know. There's something sexual, like Hardrocklover is sexier than a song called Sexuality, because the song Sexuality is not about sexuality. It's not about sex. It's about sexuality, right? I don't know. Hardrocklover is that's what I'm saying. Well, yeah, none of these would be, no other song would exist if Sexuality wasn't a hit. Although I wouldn't even say that that's necessarily true, because 1999 was really the album that launched Prince into his stardom. Sexuality was around, like, it kept him on the map. And then there you go, Sybil. Yes, Hardrocklover's grown folk sexy, and that might be why I like it so much, because I'm definitely grown folk. You see all this gray? I'm grown folk over here. Anyway, Hardrocklover has won that part. So we're going to go back now up here, and we're going to finish off this first bracket here. So we have Dance for Me versus Let It Go. Um, I love it when you dance for me. Hallelujah. I do like Hallelujah. That is I do like that. Let It Go though. Again, Let It Go just has so many great, like I loved all of the like I loved it when he took the Ballad of Dorothy Parker beat and he put it behind Let It Go. Let It Go's yeah, I agree, Samantha. Let It Go's kind of fire, right? Let It Go's kind of fire. Um I don't know. But see, so this is where again, like you kind of go, it's like a more up tempo dance song. Or do we give it to Let It Go, which is kind of mid tempo but has a little bit of a message? Because dance for me is it's about dancing. Um, so do we do that? Yes, Shermstick. That's what it's called. Thank you. Um, yeah, I don't know. This is really hard actually. It's much harder than I thought it was going to be. Much harder than I thought it was going to be. Um, all right, so just in a toss up here, I'm gonna give it to Dance for me. And instead of writing it again, I'm just gonna move it down here. So instead of writing it again, I'm just gonna move it. I think I like that better. So yeah, I think Dance for me is gonna have to get it for me. I feel like this one was a toss up. I honestly think it could go either way, easily. All right, so then we get to the breakdown versus Fix Your Life Up. The breakdown again, super emotional. He challenges himself vocally. Fix Your Life Up. I really like the good message, especially second verse. I really dig the second verse of Fix Your Life Up. Super rocking song. Um, but no, I mean, I feel like the breakdown again, it's an easy win. As much as I like Fix Your Life Up, I feel like there was so much more happening on the breakdown, and it's definitely the better song. It's definitely the better song. Uh, they're both great songs, but it's like as a songwriter myself, like sometimes like I write a song and I'm like, that's just a damn good song, and I love my other songs, but this one's damn good, right? Um, yeah, it's basically where I'm at with this. So I'm gonna give it to Breakdown. I feel like the Breakdown, Artificial Age too. It comes from that one. That's one of my all-time favorite albums. You'll notice that I actually did not put anything from Musicology on here, and I didn't put anything from the Gold Experience on here because those two albums have been represented in all the previous brackets that we've done, and whatever song from that album is on here, it always ends up getting to the finals. So I was really trying to, because I love both of those albums so very, very, very much. So I really tried to stack it in a way that I wasn't putting obvious wins. I did not want any obvious wins here. So anyway, Breakdown. I mean, it's still off of one of my favorite albums, but I didn't think that there are songs on this bracket that could beat the Breakdown, but so far it has not faced one of those. So let's go, let's go down to I Want to Be Your Lover versus the Holy River. Um, Easy, Holy River. Sorry, I Want to Be Your Lover. No amount of nostalgia makes I Want to Be Your Lover better than Holy River. I just can't do it. Holy River wins that one, hands down. Epic guitar solo. It's like it's emotional. It has its ups and downs. I Want to Be Your Lover is a pretty straight up kind of rock pop song, and I think it does a good job. But no, Holy River. I wasn't even gonna open that one up for discussion. Holy River definitely wins against I Want to Be Your Lover. That one was an easy one for me. Going for Diamonds and Pearls versus Hardrocklover though, this one's a little bit tougher. Because yes, I do very, very much love Hardrocklover. Grown folks love. Diamonds and Pearls is more like an idealistic love, which I kind of like that too. Like, I really do think that it could be either or here. Um, so I'm already seeing three Diamonds and Pearls in I'm honestly conflicted here. Diamonds and Pearls versus Hardrocklover. Again, it might be an easy choice for other people. So Samantha, even though I voted for DMP against Hardrocklover in the other round, I'd have to vote for Hardrocklover in this pairing. Well, see, that's somebody. Wait, what did it go up against? Sexuality versus Hardrocklover. And see, and that's the thing, right? Is that like sometimes you're like, oh well, this song obviously beats this song, but now it's up against this one and it doesn't win, and it's like, oh, so it kind of does change things. I think I, hmm, I think I'm gonna go Diamonds and Pearls. I feel like Diamonds and Pearls. I mean, it's really good. Like, there's no denying it. And Rosie being on it, like, there's a lot of good stuff going on that song. I'm gonna give it to Diamonds and Pearls. Uh, Again, I really do feel like Hardrocklover could win that. I feel like Hardrocklover could win that. At least if I'm the one choosing. Like, again, it's a hard choice for me. It's not a hard choice for everybody. All right, so let's scroll back up. Dance for Me versus the Breakdown. I'm sorry, it has to be the Breakdown. Breakdown has to win. Dance for Me honestly did way better than I thought it was. That way better than I thought it would do when I put it on the list. Because again, all of these pairings are random, right? So I did not pick the pairings. This is fate, right? So I put Dance for Me on there, and I was like, it's probably going to get put up against something huge, and it's going to go out. But it got through 2 rounds. Like, that's really good for Dance for Me. Everybody give Dance for Me a nice round of applause for making it as far as it did. The Breakdown put a beat down on it, right? Just a shapow. So yes, definitely the Breakdown is going to win that one. Samantha, you're saying I'm glad that it was an easy choice for you because I wouldn't have been able to choose. See, that's the thing. Um, I I feel like and again, some of these are hard choices. Some of them are pretty easy when they're put next to each other, and you're like, oh no, I really like that song way better than that other one. It happens, right? And everybody's choices will end up being different, which is why I really like doing it like this and doing it along with all of you. So I have the Breakdown there. We're gonna do one more, and it's Holy River versus Diamonds and Pearls. Now, again, this might be an easy one for everybody. I think this one is slightly harder than the last one. The Holy River has been one of my all-time favorite Prince songs for a while. Diamonds and Pearls was a large commercial hit. But I think if I have to put both of those songs against each other and they have to go head to head, I feel deep in my heart that the Holy River wins it. I think by a hair, right? I feel like the Holy River, by a smidget, like by this much, does Holy River beat Diamonds and Pearls. Like, that is a very close call. I would not put those against each other normally, right? Those 2 songs are kind of similar to each other. They're more kind of mid-tempo or slowish. They're both kind of ballady. But I feel like the Holy River has more things going for it. There's more things happening in it. Unless you play the single version, which cuts out the guitar solo, and I burned my copy of that. I didn't even save it. So then the final pairing, the final pairing for this bracket is the Breakdown versus Holy River. And that is where we get to the real crux of the craziness that is doing a bracket like this. Now, every year that I do this, I get so many people in the comments who are like, I just want them all to win. And it's like, but then you're not playing the game. So somebody's got to make the hard choices here. And I guess in this case, it's gonna have to be me. Holy River from Emancipation. It's got some rockin' guitar in it. It's got spiritual messages in it. That's such a good song. Such a good song. Such a good song. Take the Breakdown though. The Breakdown, emotional. Prince is like talking about his past and his regrets. Like, both of these songs could win. Both of these songs could win, I feel. That's really, really hard. That's really, really hard. All right, so I'm looking in the chat right now. We got Holy River, Holy River, Holy River, Holy River, Holy River. Everybody say Holy River. Oh, we have one Breakdown. We have one Breakdown. Laser beam effects kill the Breakdown. I mean, do they though? The Breakdown is really good. I don't know. This one's a really, really hard one. And normally when I do these and I record myself doing this, I edit out a lot of this hemming and hawing that I'm doing here right now. I try to have like compelling stuff. And it's like I don't know how compelling it is to just me going. Let me take a sip of my soda. When I was looking at this and I was doing the breakdown, I'm sorry, not the breakdown, the song. When I was doing my brackets, because I already have my brackets filled out, and just talking about them out loud and like engaging with y'all, I've already changed a couple of them. I think this one has to be one that's going to change too. I think the Holy River is going to have to win this. I originally put the breakdown, but honestly, I feel like I've convinced myself that the Holy River deserves to win this bracket. So the Holy River is the winner of bracket number 1. So yay for the Holy River. We'll see. A song from Emancipation hasn't won yet. So yes, actually yes, Theo, I want to know, what is everybody else's final songs for the bracket 1? Mine was the Holy River. Did anybody else get Holy River? Now I'm really curious now. Theo got Diamonds and Pearls, which fair enough. It's a strong contender. Everybody go listen. Yes. Hell yeah. Go listen and stream all the songs that we're talking about here. Again, these were all singles here. Now we're about to get into one of the deep cuts brackets. That's the next bracket. It's going to be really, really good. Samantha says, congratulations on a wonderful choice, even if Holy River would have been voted out in the first round if I was in the driver's seat. Well, that's the thing, right? Let me make sure to post a link to the brackets again. Everybody can follow along. There's a link there. Grab it and follow along. And then definitely, I want to know. I'm gonna ask everybody every bracket. I want to know who wins in your guys' brackets, because this is part of the fun, right? Excuse me. Ooh. I got Diamonds and Pearls. Ruben. So we got 2 Diamonds and Pearls that have won. Holy River for me. That's awesome. Sybil, did you get Holy River? I'm curious now. Listen to Holy River on loop walking downtown. Hell yeah, dude. That's the way to do it. No, man. Holy River, definitely the winner. Definitely the winner for me, Holy River. It was breakdown when I went through this earlier, but again, I've convinced myself through talking with y'all. All right, so we're going to get to... feel free to continue posting who won in your first bracket. We're going to jump to the second bracket, which is, I wouldn't expect to see Delirious kicked out until the last 16. Also, I Want to Be Your Lover. I know, Kimchi. It's all about what it's up against, though. That is the question, and that's what happens in when we're doing these brackets. Is it all depends on what it's up against. Sometimes a song you're like, that's one of his best songs, but then if it gets put up against another song that's even better, but then there's another song that it would beat, but this one doesn't beat it, and it's a whole thing. The next one is High. This is the first deep cuts bracket. High versus Wasted Kisses. So High is from Chocolate Invasion. High is from Chocolate Invasion. Really, really liked this song. It's definitely more upbeat than Wasted Kisses is. Those are two very different songs. When I did the idea of doing deep cuts too, I was just like, when I got to New Power Soul, I was like, well, what's a deeper cut than the secret track on the album, right? So I was like, let's throw Wasted Kisses on here. High is really good though. Like, honestly, High is probably one of my favorite songs off of the Chocolate Invasion, which had a bunch of really good ones on it. But High was just like, it's super high energy and it's got a lot going for it. Wasted Kisses is good. Wasted Kisses is like, it's a good solid song. I feel almost like what Samantha was saying earlier. I feel like a lot of some of the weird like sound effects and stuff in Wasted Kisses, with the people screaming and like all that stuff. And if you watch my review of the New Power Soul album, I explain all of them. They make sense contextually. Uh, at the same time, they take me out of it. I'm gonna have to give this one to High. I feel like High wins this one. It's a really good. That's a really good song. If you guys haven't heard High, go listen to High. High is really good. Um, Wasted Kisses is so hard after the New Power Soul context. Yes. I'm glad that, and honestly, that's my favorite part about doing any of my reviews is I try to contextualize where Prince was in his life and like what the song story is on the album and how that could reflect this thing and all that stuff. And honestly, if you like take a long look at the albums, you know, Prince had once said like, if you ever want to know me, listen to the music. And he wasn't kidding. Like, I know exactly what that dude was feeling in 1996 because of that album, or 1997, one of the two. Like, I know exactly what was going through his brain listening to New Power Soul. And honestly, it's the same with a lot of his albums, especially later on when he wasn't, how you say, uh, manufacturing hits, you know, because that was a thing Prince said also. He was just like, I knew how to write a hit when I was, you know, 16. I could write a hit any day. You know, that's not what I'm doing it for, though. Um, anyway, oh, you missed Wasted Kisses, Samantha? That's so funny. So High wins it for me. We'll go to the next one, Golden Parachute versus the Max. So what I will point out is that New Power Soul is underrated, yes. Golden Parachute, wonderful funk song. I really like it. You know, it's from just from the Slaughterhouse. Gosh, I'm like losing all the names of everything because I'm so focused on the songs and not the albums. Golden Parachute has a lot going for it. I really like it. I really liked the Golden Parachute, not the Golden Parachute, just Golden Parachute. You know what? I kind of gotta say though, there's a bunch of people saying it in the chat here too. The Max is just like that's a killer track. That one was one of when the Symbol album came out. I was like, that song right there, because the first time I heard the Max was on Arsenio Hall when Prince did it on Arsenio Hall when he was promoting the Love Symbol album, and oh my gosh, like dun, 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 like like it's so good. Honestly, I feel like Golden Parachute suffers from a lot of what the Slaughterhouse suffers from, is that it's like it's pretty straightforward funk. It's good funk, but it's like, you know, it's pretty straightforward funk. Like it doesn't really go anywhere or do anything different, which is what I like about Prince's music. So I'm gonna say it's the Max. I think the Max is gonna win this one. Definitely the Max. The 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 Max. Yeah, the Max is good. Max is good. The next one is the other side of the pillow. That's from Truth. So the Truth was the single, but I wanted a deep cut from it as well. So the Truth, the other side of the pillow, love the song. And like Prince is like up in his falsetto for most of the song. It's really funky. It's very playful. It's very sexy. I really like the song Other Side of the Pillow, and that's one of those that has never been on a bracket before. And I was like, let me see how it does. I feel like I put it up against Walk in Sand, or it got put up against Walk in Sand, and I like Walk in Sand. There was no single from 2010, so this Walk in Sand is sadly the only song that is representing 2010, and I like Walk in Sand, but the Other Side of the Pillow is just, it's too good. It's too good to not beat Walk in Sand. So this one's going to go to the Other Side of the Pillow. Bam! Other Side of the Pillow definitely wins against Walk in Sand. Although I do like Walk in Sand. Just saying. The next one is The Word versus the Gold Standard. This one was a weird pairing again, right? The Gold Standard. So in the Gold Standard's one of those, it literally is kind of the gold standard of funk. It's very like like it's such a good funk song, and he's incorporating a lot of like weird voices and like a lot of like really cool like futuristic things. He's kind of like taking the future of music and the old style of music, the funk, and like merging them. Like the Gold Standard's such a good song. That's also that would be that's the deep cut off of Artificial Age that is on these brackets. That said, if we go to the word, which is of course the deep cut from 3121, I don't believe that the word has been on here on any brackets before either. So the word is it's more of a laid back kind of song, and it's kind of just about hey, you should come and join me in my religion, which if you remove the religious part of it, which is really hard because that's exactly what the lyrics are for, um, it's just a really nice song when he gets to the chorus and he does like those like amazing harmonies. It reminded me of like Seven. Reminded me of like Seven harmonies where it was like he just layered himself so good um during the chorus on the words. So like it's honestly this one's a hard one for me. I love the Gold Standard, but I really like the word as well. If I'm looking at the chat, it looks like word, Gold Standard, word, Gold Standard. Yeah, I mean, it looks like most of you are. It's kind of tied even in the chat, which it's kind of interesting. I like that actually. I think for me, if I have to put these up against each other, again, they're very different songs. I am going to make this one go for the word. I think the word is just going to win it just by a hair, just by an edge. It edges it out just a little bit, I think. I feel like the Gold Standard, uh, it doesn't get as much replay. Like, that's basically how I'll do it. Like, I've listened to the word a billion times, and I've listened to the Gold Standard 10 million times. So a billion versus 10 million, you gotta have to go with the bigger number. All right, so the next one, and this is a weird pairing, right? So um we had the single from Welcome to America. This is the deep cut that I put on here, 1010 Rin Tin Tin, which love. You got to let the funk unwind. Love that song. Um it's a really good song. X's Face though, X's Face has a similar vibe to me as Hardrocklover, which makes sense because they're close on the album and they're not right back to back. I believe Mr. Nelson is between them. I don't know. It's one of those things. Um, but like X's Face is really good. X's Face is really good, and like I feel. So I almost feel obligated to give it to Rin Tin Tin because I want something from Welcome to America to go through, and I freaking loved Welcome to America when it came out. If you guys watch my 2-part review that I did for that album, I loved it. Like I don't do 2-part reviews for everything. Like I love that song. I love that album. And I love this song. And I think this song definitely. I think Rin Tin Tin would have beat Dance for Me. It would have beat Supercute Easy. It would have beat Greatest Romance Ever Sold. It would have beat. I mean, it would have beat a lot of these other songs. It would have beat High. It would have beat. It would have beat these. Um, I think if you put it up against X's Face though, that's a tough one. That is a tough one because X's Face is real good. I am a huge fan of the lyrics for X's Face. Especially what's the line? Too busy with the jugular and how it tastes. Like, oh, that's really like that's such an evocative, very descriptive line that I feel like that line really shows off Prince's lyric writing ability. Just the whole song is just amazing in that vein. So it looks like honestly, it looks like the chat is kind of split down the middle too. I see a bunch of X's Face. I see a bunch of Rin Tin Tins. I am gonna go. with X's face. Uh, if people, and I'm sure people know, if you guys have watched my channel, y'all know that I really like Hit and Run Phase 1. And I'm in the minority there, and I understand that there's a bunch in the minority who decide to be wrong. Hit and Run Phase 1 has a lot of amazing stuff on it, and that's just an example of X's Face is one of those. So I'm going to give it to X's Face. Sorry to Welcome to America. Neither of the songs from Welcome to America made it through. We're going to give Welcome to America. Wah, wah. I Love You as an album. This was just not your day. I'm sorry. Was not your day in the sun. So there we are. All right. So now we have Another Love versus Boom. Boom is from Lotus Flower, which also did not have any singles. Which I looked, and I'm not saying videos, because there were videos, because like Crimson and Clover got a video, but it was not released as at least not as far as Prince Vault said. It was not released as a single. So, Lotus Flower had no singles. So it's here. This is the only song representing it. Now, if we go to Another Love, though, which is, of course, the deep cut off of Plectrum Electrum, Another Love is a really good song. Now, of course, Another Love is also kind of taking it's Prince kind of riffing off of, I believe it's another creator's song. He kind of took it in a different direction and made it sound a little bit different. But, like, I feel like with anything that Prince does when it comes to covers and whatnot, like, if he takes a song, he makes it his own. It is not the same song after he has put his stamp on it. Because he doesn't just do a cover. Like, that's just not what he does. But if you put it up against Boom, like, Boom is really, really good. Like, Boom is one of those songs that, like, you know, it's an album opener. Like, there's a reason why. And all the lyrics are, like, really trippy. Like, it kind of reminds me of Prince's Lucy in the Sky with Diamonds, where, like, none of the lyrics make any sense. And it's all, like, mushrooms and, like, clouds and shit. And stuff. We don't curse around here. How dare y'all? But yes, Lotus Flower. Yes, Sybil. Like, Lotus Flower is super rock oriented, and I do love that. But so is Plectrum Electrum. So this is actually two rock songs against each other. I even feel like this is a better pairing than some of the other things we've done, where these two, I feel like they really are comparable to each other. It's hard. It's hard to really choose between them. What I am gonna do is I am just gonna pick one, and I'm gonna say it's gonna be Another Love. If I can spell it right. I'm gonna say it's gonna be Another Love. I feel like that one, I think it's gonna edge it out. I feel like Prince took that melody and took it in a different direction. I really like his approach to the song. It's super emotional. Yeah. Now I'm gonna go with that one. Honestly, I also feel like if you take that song and just from like its bare roots and stuff, like I feel like having Third Eye Girl kind of backing him up on it, I think makes it a better song. Like with their vocals even. I feel like they harmonize really well on it as well. So I'm gonna give it to Another Love. That one was a tough one. That one could have gone either way, I feel. So that's definitely not a mark against Boom, is what I'm saying. I feel like that really could have gone either way. Yeah. So anyway. So, and hello to everybody who is here, by the way. I noticed Lothario came in. Constance is in here. Doc Christian. Who else? Ellipsage. Yes, I kind of, like I said hi to everybody at the beginning, but hey to y'all. Don't forget to hit like on the video too. If you hit like on the video that you are currently watching live stream, it will send notifications to more people. So hit the like so that more people might come and join us. Sybil says, but Prince didn't sing music on Plectrum Electrum, so it's a downer for me. Yeah, he did. He sang all over that thing. What are you talking about? Now, if I had put WoW on here, like, WoW would probably win. I actually tried. I was like, I'm not going to put WoW on here because I love that song too much. Another Love, I think, is a solid song. And I think if Another Love was against some of these other ones, it might not win. But I think against Boom, it wins. So here we go. 17 Days versus Baby I'm a Star. Now, how did that happen? Yeah, see, yeah, David's like, wow, would have been the one. Yes, and I know it's so crazy. So here's the thing: 17 Days and Baby I'm a Star. Again, both of these lists are random. I did not put these against each other on purpose. 17 Days is a really, really good song. Um, and it looks like everybody in the chat seems to really be loving 17 Days. Um, I think for me, I think you guys are just. I think you are all discounting "Baby I'm a Star." "Baby I'm a Star" is the ending of the movie Purple Rain for a reason. It has so many like amazing lines in it. So like lyrically, so good. The only thing that I would say that's bad against "Baby I'm a Star" is grammar. If anybody knows what I'm talking about, like it's because it's baby I'm a star, but it should be like baby comma I'm a star, like you're talking to baby. But like without the comma, it's like baby I'm a star, and it's just like so. Is it like an I'm a star, but it's a young version of an I'm a star? Like it's weird, right? Like baby I'm a star, it needs a comma, right? But I get it. It's song titles. But even if you get into the chorus, it's might not know it now, baby, if I am a RI. It's just like he's like the lyrics are crazy. The lyrics are crazy, but I love them so much. I do love them so much. And honestly, like mm, mm, mm. Let me see. David says, "Baby, I'm a Star" is an amazing song. 17 Days hits differently. It does hit differently. I don't think 17 Days hits as hard as Baby I'm a Star, though, in my opinion. That's just really weird. Hey, Bejeweled. Um, that is, I don't know, that's a weird one. Let me see what Samantha says. Context aside, 17 Days is a better song. I'm a copywriter, so I can't get in good conscience vote for a song where he says baby but Iara. I know. That's what I'm saying. um yeah, it's but honestly, so but if even if I just wanted it, like if we're going to go like lyrically, 17 Days has some good lyrics. Let the rain come down, let the rain come down. That's a really great hook. But Baby I'm a Star has like, hey, take a listen. Hey, look me over. Just so many good ones. So many good ones. Um, that's a hard one. That is gonna be a hard one. Let's do. I'm gonna have to go with my heart here, and it is going against what all of you are saying, and I'm gonna have to go with "Baby I'm a Star." I can't do it. I can't give it to 17 Days. I feel like 17 Days is a darn good song. But I also feel like maybe there's a reason why it's a B-side and not on the album. Yeah, I don't know. I don't know. It could go either way. I love y'all. I love y'all, and I respect y'all's opinions about 17 Days. I don't think I'm there with 17 Days. I'm gonna go with Baby I'm a Star. I'm gonna go with Baby I'm a Star. That was a hard one though. Next one was a weird one for me. I did not know that these two very very different songs were gonna get put up against each other. Around the World in a Day and Race. Um, I'm gonna just go ahead and say it's gonna be Around the World in a Day. Uh, Mostly just because I feel like Around the World in a Day is it's a better song. Race is one of those weird songs that I like when I'm hearing it. I like it. I don't necessarily ever put it on. Like when it comes on, I listen to it and I rap along and it's fun. But like I'll put on Around the World in a Day, whereas with Race, like I don't see myself putting it on all that often. Um, I feel like Around the World in a Day also has better lyrics. I feel like Prince might be. Um, I feel like Prince's opinions. It was a very like opinionated song. I don't know. Around the World in a Day is more fun. I'm gonna go with Around the World in a Day. It's a tough one, but I don't know if anybody else. I don't know. It's weird. Samantha says, you sound like Beyonce in the Renaissance film where her daughter was complaining about her taking Diva out, and she was just like, I respect your opinion, but hush. Yeah, I mean, I love y'all. I think you guys are great. But you know, that's why you can fill it out your own, your version, and then we'll compare at the end. Because sometimes I will do these and I will have wildly different opinions through most of the songs, and then I end up with the same final song at the end as a lot of people anyway. So like sometimes it really doesn't matter, right? We could be all over the place and disagreement, and we might end up with the same song. So now we're gonna go with High. We're on to the second round of this bracket. High versus the Max. Um, I think the Max is gonna win. Again, I feel like the Max is super iconic. High is a really cool high energy song, but I feel like High misses the funk that I feel, because I feel like Max is high energy but also funky, whereas High is really good but misses out. It's not as funky. So like if we really just, again, because I feel like they're both really cool like songs to put on like a dance mix, but I would definitely put the Max higher than High, as much as I love High. So there we go. Now we're gonna go to the other side of the pillow versus the Word, which honestly I feel like is probably a better pairing than either of them had with the song that they beat. Like I feel like these two songs are kind of comparable to each other. Um, I really really like the other side of the pillow. You know, it's kind of like an ode to, you know, the woman that you're, you know, listening, you know, that you're with. You're cool as the other side of a pillow. It's like, you know, it's so good. It's just such a good song. Um, you know, I think if we had to take it and we had to really compare it to a song like The Word, though, I think I think The Word ends up having to win this. It looks like most of you are also in agreement, except for one of you, except for David. I feel like The Word ends up winning because honestly, I think it does come back down to the harmonies. He does some really, really good harmonies in that song, which I'm really happy. I'm honestly really happy for The Word. Like again, when I put it on here, I didn't know what it was going to go up against. Who even knows? You know, I like it. I like it though. Um, let's do X's Face versus Another Lover. I'm gonna do X's Face. Again, X's Face lyrically is super good, and if you don't believe me, go listen to X's Face again. X's Face has some really cool lyrics that go in a lot of different ways. He's also in his falsetto most of that song, and I really really like it. I feel like Another Love is good, but Another Love is not good enough to beat X's Face. That's my or beat your X's face. That's my thought there. We'll see what happens. The next one would be Baby I'm a Star versus Around the World in a Day. Baby I'm a Star wins. Like, come on now. Around the World in a Day is a good song, but it ain't no Baby I'm a Star. Well, and I think the difference there too is that one is an album opener, which is like, here we're gonna give you like a taste of the vibe, and this is where we're going, like, you know. And the other one's just like, look, this is we're in this, and it's gonna be amazing. Let's do this, right? Like, Baby I'm a Star is an amazing ending song. When I was singing with the Prince tribute, Sir Jack's Prince tribute, um, we did so many takes of Baby I'm a Star, and I learned to even appreciate that song even more. That was another one of those songs where I got to kind of take a lot of the lead because there was a lot of lyrics to it. And I loved singing all of them. So I'm gonna do Baby I'm a Star. For me, I see Theo, you say it's Around the World in a Day. Fair enough, right? It's a good song too. I'm gonna go with Baby I'm a Star, and then we just have our last four matches for this one. So we have the Max versus the Word. So now there's a lot of thes that's going on here. Um, both W's. I 100% agree. If I really had to put the Max against the Word, and I like had to like weigh them fairly, I think it has to go to the Max. I think the Max is going to end up winning against the Word, and I think just because again it's got the funk, It's got that awesome dun 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 dun, dun. Like it's so like sinister and like funky and dancey and like it's like in your face. Whereas the word is very much of like, you should come to me, right? It's very laid back. So like we have to take a very like laid back song versus a really like yeah, like Theo, like it gets you moving, right? Yeah, I think the moving song needs to, and not moving emotionally, but moving. Like it makes you want to dance. Like just thinking about it makes me dun, dun. Anyway, um let's give it to the max. I'm gonna give it to the max. It looks like most of you in the chat are in agreement anyway. So I'm gonna give it there, right? So we have the max is gonna win that one. And then let's see what we got here. The last one is Baby I'm a Star versus X's Face. Ooh. I do like X's Face quite a bit. I think again though, if we put it up against Baby I'm a Star, no, I think Baby I'm a Star has to win against X's Face. I'm sorry. I'm just saying. Have I listened to the Lenny Kravitz TK421? Is that his new song? I haven't heard his new song yet, but I knew though that there is. I know is a new song out. I have not heard it yet. Bias has that. I mean, it could be Bias. I love both songs. X's Face would not have made it that far if I didn't like it. So you can call me biased. I'm biased for most of these songs, honestly. But yeah, no, I think Baby I'm a Star is going to end up winning. I feel like Baby I'm a Star just has so much. Like again, I think honestly, yeah, if we go, oh, you mean Baby I'm a Star? Well, yeah. Oh, Baby I'm a Star. Gotcha. Oh, that does spell bias. The acronym does spell bias. I was like, I might be biased, but no, you weren't saying I was biased. You're saying Baby I'm a Star. Love it. See, that's the English language for you. Well, you're surprised that a Purple Rain song is winning? No, it's okay. I'll clarify that for you because I know a lot of people think that I don't like Purple Rain. Purple Rain is an amazing album. Purple Rain is one of Prince's biggest albums for a reason. Almost every song on that thing is amazing, and then also the album as a whole is amazing, and it was backed up by an amazing tour and an amazing movie, and it had other acts on it that were like elevating like it was a moment. Like there's a reason why Purple Rain is as big as it is. I have a lot of issue with people who think Prince is just Purple Rain, or that's my biggest issue. I have no problem with Purple Rain. Purple Rain is a great album. I don't listen to it as much, but I don't listen to a lot of Prince's earlier music as much in general. I listen to a lot of his later music because that's when I got into Prince. That's what I signed up for Prince for. So yes, I do have more attachment, as Theo says, to his later albums, but I will recognize the genius and the amazingness of songs from Purple Rain easily. Those songs are wonderful. Like, especially Baby I'm a Star. I should have put a different song on here. Maybe it wouldn't have done as well, but like, I love Baby I'm a Star. Now we're going to do the Max versus Baby I'm a Star. And yeah, Baby I'm a Star is going to win that one. So yeah, so a song from Purple Rain does get to the ending, to the final bracket. Now we're going to hold off. So the winner of bracket number 2 is Baby I'm a Star. So who did we get? So the max. Oh, Theo got the max at the end of bracket 2. That's dope. Samantha, I had to go grab my computer, do my own brackets, and then I had to change the batteries in my style. No. Come on, won your first and race won your second? Wow. Those are, I would love to see a copy of your brackets when you're done filling it out. You should DM me that on like Facebook or something. I really want to see that. 17 days, one bracket 2. That is completely fair, Megahertz. That makes complete sense. Honestly, having two kind of Purple Rain era songs against each other, again, it's all random. I did not do that. I think that honestly, that skewed a lot of the songs that we ended up discussing, because like if 17 days was switched with, say, The Word, then like it might have ended up with like 17 days versus Baby I'm a Star at the end, right? Like that's the kind of interesting thing that's happening here. Oh, David, you came in late, so you didn't see bracket number 1. The winner of my bracket number 1 was the Holy River. So I'll put that on the screen for you so you can see that. So you got Gold Standard as the winner. Gold Standard's that's a damn good one though. I could see that one winning. All right, so now we're done with bracket number 2. I'm gonna do the ubiquitous. I don't have like a sponsor or anything, but I am a musician myself. The name of my band is Strays of the World. I'm gonna put a link to the newest single that I released. I released it last month. Um, there is it's a single that I wrote and created myself and everything because I'm trying to follow in Prince's footsteps as much as I can. It does not sound anything like Prince, but the name of my band is Strays of the World. We have a couple of shows coming up in May, which is going to be really really dope, and the album should be hopefully out next month or in May as well. So, but go check out the single. Hopefully you like it. If you do, you can subscribe to the channel and all that stuff. Hopefully you like it. You don't have to go listen to it now, but the link is in the chat, so you can go check it out later. So now, there you go. See, that's. Oh, and don't forget to hit like, subscribe to the channel, hit the bell notification, all that stuff. Because we're gonna be coming back in April with more videos. This was a very last minute sort of thing. What we're doing here right now. There we go. I'm gonna put that here. Yeah, let's put that here. But yeah, definitely go check out the music that I make with my band, Strays of the World. Okay, so now we are doing. So this is the other deep cuts version of the brackets. So and then we'll end with the singles going against each other again. So this time we're gonna do Undisputed versus Screwdriver. Come on. This one's a really weird one, actually. This one's a really weird one because they're very different. Like Screwdriver is very much kind of like classic like rock and roll feel, whereas Undisputed has yeah, I honestly like Undisputed for me, like it has Chuck D and stuff on it and I think that's good, right? Undisputed though is what I love when Prince does stuff with music, right? Undisputed is I don't know, I love the beat and how his like lyrics go with the beat. Like it's like kind of all over the place and it's not necessarily just a on the twos and fours kind of song, which is basically what Screwdriver is. So I think for me it's going to be Undisputed. Again, I feel like that one Undisputed. I feel like that one is kind of an easy one for me. I can understand how that might be, different for other people. And I see a lot of people in the chat saying Screwdriver should have won that. I like Screwdriver. Screwdriver again. It's like that's like classic rock and roll, right? But like with Undisputed, Prince was actually trying to like do something different. And it wasn't just like this like any like Prince could have written Screwdriver in 2 seconds. Like because it's such an easy song. I feel like Undisputed, like he probably worked hard on that song. So and it looks like David doesn't like Undisputed, and that's okay. uh, but yeah, Undisputed ends up winning it for me. I understand other people's taste might be different, but for me it's Undisputed. Nah, David's fine. David's fine. Uh, hello, Canadian brother from Vancouver. That's funny, Canadian. Oh, the Undisputed remix is actually really cool too. No, you're definitely right there. So Undisputed for me. Again, I think if Screwdriver was up against a different song, maybe it would have won. Up against Undisputed, yeah, nah, it's gonna be that one. So now we have No More Candy for You versus Future Baby Mama. Um, So Future Baby Mama, I think we're gonna harken back to a phrase that was said earlier, which was grown folks love. It's the other one was sex for grown folks. This one's I think love for grown folks, right? Um, I think it's for me, it's gonna be Future Baby Mama, and the reason for that is I never necessarily really liked No More Candy for You all that much. It was a strange album ender, and it's weird because it's one of those songs that like sounds happy, but when you dig in deeper, it's very like it's like an angry song. Like it's one of those weird songs. So I don't know. It's like it's trying to hit a bunch of different conflicting emotions that leaves me confused upon listening to it. And it's not necessarily one of those songs that again that I go back to and listen to a lot. Future Baby Mama, I listen to Future Baby Mama all day. Love that song. Um, Stranger ending for a strange record. 100% agree with that. Strange doesn't always win you the vote though. But no more candy for you is good. Let me see what Samantha says. No more candy for you definitely grew on me. The lyrics are great and oh so pretty, but Future Baby Mama was Grammy worthy. I would agree. I'd give it a Grammy. Future Baby Mama was wonderful. So Future Baby Mama wins my bracket. I'm excited to hear who ends up winning your guys, but definitely it's going through the next round. The next one is Private, not Private Jot. Uh-oh, sorry about that typo. Private Joy versus New World. Um, so here's the thing. Oh, so petty, not pretty. Yeah, that's definitely more accurate. Um, Private Joy was actually one of my very favorite songs off of Dirty Mind. Was it off? That was off Dirty Mind, right? That was off Controversy. That was off of Controversy. It was one of my favorites off of Controversy. And honestly, it was one of the few songs off of Controversy that I kind of enjoyed because Controversy was not one of my favorite albums of Prince's. I mean, that is what it is, right? But no, but New World is one of those weird ones where I really like New World. I like the little baby sound in the beat. I feel like New World has a lot going for it versus Private Joy. So yeah, I'm gonna go with baby New World is baby sound. Yeah, exactly. I'm gonna go with New World. I like New World quite a bit. So New World, New World. Oh, the baby sound is Human Body. Anyway, I I started singing it. It's the right song when I started singing it. But yeah, you're right. The baby sound is from Human Body. Anyway, I do love New World. Can you take me home? I'm gonna have to sing that. I'm gonna sing that song one day when my voice is better. When we can be. That's a good one. New World's good. So now we get, and this was a weird pairing as well. Dig You Better Dead and When We're Dancing Close and Slow. Uh, When We're Dancing Close and Slow is from Prince, the self-titled album, his second album, and is one of those that I really like. It's like almost like smack dab in the middle of the album, and it's like a I like the I like the he lets the song breathe, right? It gets to kind of be as opposed to some a lot of songs are like no like don't bore us get to the chorus right like when we're dancing close and slow I really like the fact that it Prince gives it time to breathe and like get there. Dig You Better Dead um is I Dig You Better Dead is from Chaos and Disorder. A lot of people don't like Chaos and Disorder. I dig You Better Dead. Love that song. I feel like it was one of those, I'm fighting against the record industry, songs, which Prince has very, like a lot of those. And I like Dig You Better Dead quite a bit. Yeah, I mean, just what it's saying. Like, one is very like early Prince. It's kind of a simple kind of ballad, but it's really pretty. Dig You Better Dead is like later Prince where he's very kind of angry and he's like, F the record industry. So, um, but yeah, oh, it says close and clow. I guess I was in my typos here at this point. I'll re-export this later on, and I'll update the file. That's in the thing. Let me look at what you guys are saying. Let's see. Close and Slow got it from Megahertz. Close and Slow for Theo. I know it's a weird pairing, Lothario. Dig You Better Dead for David. When we're dancing close and slow for Samantha. No, wait, no. I never got into that song. until he did it at Montreux and that sold it for me. Oh, okay, so it's a different version that sold it for you. Um, Dig You Better Dead for Ellipsage. Let's see, Constance's When We're Dancing. Chaos and Disorder is one of my favorites. I Theo, that's why we like each other, Theo. That's what I'm saying. Um, I don't know. That's a hard one. I'm gonna give it to When We're Closing Dance and Slow. When I said When We're Closing Dance and Slow. You can see where my brain is going. I'm gonna give it When We're Dancing Close and Slow. I'm not gonna type that whole thing out. We're gonna have an acronym here. I think I'm gonna give it to When We're Dancing Close and Slow. I think like as a song, it's a better song. I love Chaos and Disorder as well. Everybody, watch my review for Chaos and Disorder. That was one of my favorite ones to do. Actually, I think wasn't that the one? That was the one that I think was the that was where 80s Prince fan. He was in that video. Oh, I don't like that guy. I don't do that guy anymore. That guy crazy. Um, no, yeah, no. I think, but When We're Dancing Close and Slow is gonna. I said it right that time. When We're Dancing Close and Slow, I think is gonna win that one. Then we're gonna go to Slow Love versus Daddy Pop. Um, I think this one again very odd pairing. Daddy Pop, dope. Especially when like when Diamonds and Pearls just came back out. The remaster and all that stuff, and everybody's giving Daddy Pop like it's kudos. Like it was awesome back then. It's awesome now. So many great songs on there. But also this song, Daddy Pop, a lot of stuff going for it. A lot of stuff going for it. Slow Love, on the other hand, Slow Love is one of those that for me never really worked on the album. But if you listen to the Slow Love version that's in the Sign of the Times movie, ooh, that version is dope as hell. Like, so it's like, there you go, right? It's almost like, do I take a page out of the other, I forgot who said it, but like When We're Dancing Close and Slow at Montreux, now it's my favorite song, but on record it's not as good, right? Do you give that to Slow Love in that way, or do you give it to the harder, better song that's just consistently good, right? It's one of those things, right? That's a really, 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 really hard choice, in my opinion. um I think I will give it to Daddy Pop. I'm gonna give it to Daddy Pop, and that is a decision I'm making in the moment. I think in my original one I chose Slow Love originally, but I think I'm gonna give it to Daddy Pop because it's a damn good song. It's just a damn good song. Um, and again, like Slow Love is good live. It's super good live. It lacked a little bit when it wasn't live, so I'm gonna give it to the consistent song. Bam. What did you guys say? Let's see. Slow Love, Daddy Pop, Slow Love, Rosie and Tony all the way. I mean, yes. I mean, I would love to just give like extra points just for having cool people on the song. I am trying to be fair though. I'm trying to like compare the songs as they are. Because there's a lot of, although I did give the other song Another Love, I gave it extra points because Third Eye Girl was on it. But that's a whole other thing. I'm wildly inconsistent. Don't judge me. Um, so let's see where we're at now. Party Up versus There Is Lonely. This one was a weird one, right? Because the Vault, Old Friends for Sale. When I looked at the songs from it, there were, I believe, a few singles, right? There were some singles. Five Women was one of the singles, which means I would not, and I wasn't going to put it on here anyway, because if I put Five Women on here, Five Women was going to win probably the entire bracket, because Five Women, I've already done a video. Again, same thing with Face Down. I did a video talking about how much I love Five Women, right? So I wasn't going to put that on here. It's unfair to any other songs. So I had to leave it off. But There Is Lonely though. Ooh, There Is Lonely is that one's a killer song. And it's very different from Party Up. Now Party Up is one of those songs that's it's really good. It's the one that closes out, I believe, Dirty Mind. Now that one of those. Um, I'm forgetting all my albums. Um, that's a song, that's an album closer. Party Up is, I saw when he did it on like SNL and it was good. It's got the chant, party up, got to. I don't know. That's a really hard one. I think I'm gonna give it to There Is Lonely. I feel like There Is Lonely. There is lonely. I feel. Mm, I am really again. I am on my misspelling game here. There Is Lonely. I feel like just it has such emotion in it, and he sings it like in his lower register, which I feel like just delivers it even harder. Um, there's a little bit of like repetitiveness in the lyrics, like almost like it was like half an idea. But even with half an idea, I feel like half There Is Lonely is better than the full Party Up. And Party Up is good, but it's just I don't know, it's not There Is Lonely. So I'm gonna say There Is Lonely wins that one. The next one is Lady Cab Driver versus Life Can Be So Nice. Um this one y'all, this one is a weird pairing for me because anybody who has watched me for long enough knows that I'm not really a big fan of really either of these songs. Like they're both good, right? But like they're both songs that are on albums that have way better songs on them. Is like for me Lady Cab Driver is the worst song on 1999, which is saying a lot. Like there's a lot of amazing songs on that album, right? Um but like it's it's the least awesome of all the songs on 1999. Same thing with Life Can Be So Nice. Like I love Another Lover Hole in Your Head. I love Boys and Girls. I love like all those songs. And Life Can Be So Nice is like one of my least favorites on Parade. I don't know. I was hoping I put them both on here because I wanted to be fair. I did not think that they were going to end up against each other. Yes, I say the least awesome because again, neither of these are bad songs. I'm not going to say like they're terrible songs, but they are both, I feel, the worst songs on the albums that they are on. If that makes sense. And the albums they are on are great, and there's the songs are great, but they are not as good as the rest of the songs on the album, in my humble opinion. Obviously, there's a lot of people have different opinions. So I think what I'm gonna give it to is I'm gonna give it to the song that I feel I can listen to more as a song. I feel like Lady Cab Driver, which is going to be Life Can Be So Nice. I feel like Lady Cab Driver goes in a certain direction, obviously near the end, where it stops kind of being a song. And it's got like funky music and stuff going, but like Life Can Be So Nice, like it comes in, it doesn't overstay its welcome. It's a good solid song, and then it's done. It even has a cutoff ending. I'm gonna give it to Life Can Be So Nice. I'm gonna give it to Life Can Be So Nice. Um, and we'll see what happens from here. Let me see what you guys are saying. I'm sure you guys are mad at me about that pairing. Uh, this is very tough because this is what PL is saying. It's very tough because they're both good grooves. You would go with Life Could Be So Nice, even though both songs hold up on the albums and live. Yeah, I think they're both fine. They're both good songs. I wouldn't have put them on here if they were like just terrible songs. But I was not expecting them to go up against each other because like that's a hard one for me because it's just like which one do I like out of like two of songs that I don't necessarily like all that much. It's so hard. Not even close. Lady Cab Driver, Lothario says. Sorry, Lothario. That's a hot take, Sybil. I got a lot of them. I got a lot of hot takes. Literally, Lady Cab Driver is my favorite song on 1999. I get you. I'm sure a lot of people disagree with me. Apparently, Samantha also disagrees with me. Hey, Christy. Nice to see you. They're both mid. Kinda, yeah. That's where I'm at with it, David. They're both, I mean, they're good. They're good. Neither of them blows me away. It's just what it is. Um, and in the last, is that the last? This is the last one of this bracket is 1 + 1 + 1 is 3 versus Deliverance. I went ahead and threw Deliverance on here again. The last time that Deliverance was on here, it did okay. Like I think it got through the first round. I wanted to see what it would get put up against to see if it would make it, because I really really like Deliverance. Deliverance is not one of those songs that everybody has heard because it was released. The Deliverance EP was released like very shortly after Prince passed, and then the dude who released it got sued, and and then they got pulled back. So like some people heard it before it got pulled away, but not everybody did. And like the whole Deliverance EP is amazing. And honestly, I thought it was going to get put up against something that was going to be maybe more its speed, maybe like something that it could beat. Nah, nah. It's up against 1+1+1 is 3. And that song, despite its religious overtones, because that whole album has religious overtones, 1+1+1 is 3 is damn funky. And that song is so good. I listen to that album all the time. I listen to the song all the time. Deliverance is great. I love Deliverance. Love the guitar in it. Love the message. 1+1+1 is 3 is going to win it. 1+1+1 is 3. I feel like that honestly, that's an easy win. I didn't know what it was going to be put up against. I thought Deliverance was going to come through again. It did worse this time than it did last time. Deliverance was unreleased, as I explained. It was released and then pulled back, and then unreleased in that way. But a lot of people have heard it, and I'm trying to remember if I had done a review of Deliverance. I think I did, but I didn't have any of the clips in it because I didn't want to get clipped. I didn't want to get get in trouble for putting it up. Put even a little snippet. I didn't want to put anything up. I might redo my review of Deliverance maybe because that's a damn good little EP. It's not a whole album. It's just an EP. But the song itself is wonderful. Sadly it did not make it through this round. So now we're gonna go through the second round and we'll finish off this third bracket. We have Undisputed versus Future Baby Mama. I think for all of the reasons that we said before, Future Baby Mama is going to end up winning this. Undisputed's great, and I think that Prince did a lot of things with it, and he went in a lot of different directions. Future Baby Mama's grown folks love. Like I love Future Baby Mama, that song, and from Planet Earth, which had a lot of amazing songs on it. Future Baby Mama tends to stick out to me as an amazing song. So Mr. Goodnight was almost put on here. I decided to put Future Baby Mama on here instead of Mr. Goodnight. I do like Mr. Goodnight though too. But here's the thing. If I had put Mr. Goodnight on here and Mr. Goodnight was up against Undisputed, I think Undisputed would win against Mr. Goodnight. But in this pairing, Future Baby Mama's going to win against Undisputed. Yes, Planet Earth is 100% super underrated. That album is wonderful. Yes, it's so weird. It's so weird. So is Rave though. I agree. Rave is underrated. It is underrated. Also, I feel like it's underrated because it was also overhyped. And when I get to that album review and I talk about it, we'll get to it. But there was a lot going behind Rave Until the Joy Fantastic that made it this big thing. And then when people listened to it, they're like, it's not, I don't know if it lived up to the hype. And then it became underrated, even though those songs were really good. I'm going to say Future Baby Mama is going to win it. Now we're going to do New World versus When We're Dancing Close and Slow. More overhated than underrated? Maybe. I don't think anybody hated it, did they? I don't know about that. So if we're comparing New World to When We're Dancing Close and Slow, it's gonna be New World. I'm sorry. Like, I was gonna try and be coy about it, but no, I can't do it. Can't do it. When We're Dancing Close and Slow, great song, and I think being up against Dig You Better Dead was the reason that it made it through to the next round. It is not good enough to win against New World, is what I'm going to say. Honestly, because Emancipation is so good. But yeah, New World, definitely. Samantha says Rave was my first Prince album, so it has a special place in my heart. I knew nothing about it when I bought it though, so maybe that helped. You know what? That was with me, that was Graffiti Bridge. It was exactly the same thing. Is I got Graffiti Bridge because my mom bought Graffiti Bridge for herself, and then I heard Elephants and Flowers, and it blew up my brain. That's also why there are no Graffiti Bridge songs on here too. By the way, I was trying to steer clear of it, trying to make myself as unbiased as I could with these choices. But yeah, so Graffiti Bridge, that was the album that I signed up for Prince, which was why going forward I was like, yes, this is Prince, and everybody's just like, well, you why don't you like those earlier albums? Why aren't you into like the dirty funk that he did back in the day? And I'm like, because I signed up for Graffiti Bridge. I wanted spiritual rock that is also funky and also pop and also jazz and also like that's what I want. Like dirty funk is fine, right? That's not what I'm here for Prince for. And I love it when he does it, but when it's the thing he does, I like it less. I want him to do everything. That's what I like. Graffiti Bridge. I can sell anybody on Graffiti Bridge. Now the movie, maybe not. The album though, the album's great. So, how did we get on that? Oh yeah. Anyway, yeah. There's no Graffiti Bridge songs on here either. Graffiti Bridge, Gold Experience, Musicology. I left those off because I love those too much. Uh, but yes, but I would say that having that one be your first album, having Rave Unto the Joy Fantastic be your first album, is that's awesome. First off, because I think it's going to give you a different perspective on Prince than even me, who got into him from Graffiti Bridge, or somebody who got into him from 1999, or somebody who got into him, uh, from Rainbow Children, or from Musicology, even, because that's the thing about Prince is that like he's got people who are getting into him for different reasons, and not everybody sticks around once they realize he's not that one thing. And I think if you get into him with an album like Rave or Graffiti Bridge or something to that, where he's already doing so many things on the album, then I think it sets you up better for what you're going to get out of Prince, right? Um, anyway, you got into him with Hit and Run Phase 2. I love you. That is an amazing album to get into Prince off of, his last one. That is amazing. And honestly, I think it's a really good way to kind of jump in and get the feel for who he became, and then go back at the beginning and start the journey and like listen and understand the evolution. That's what I did. I got into him in 1990, and when I got at the album in 1990 and when Diamonds and Pearls was released, I went back and I kept listening to all the albums in order because I was like, I want to understand how this person got to this, because this is amazing, and I want to see how the growth was and where he came from, and every step is amazing. Anyway, sorry everybody, I got into a little bit of a rant. That wasn't about the brackets. Let's get back to the brackets. Daddy Pop versus There Is Lonely. I'm gonna give this one, again, I feel like Daddy Pop is amazing. Daddy Pop is super dancey, has a lot of great funk, has, Rosie and Tony. We'll give it to him on that one. I feel like There's Lonely is just like a whole other world, which is weird, right? Because There's Lonely was an unreleased track before The Vault was released. And it's like, why didn't you finish this song, Prince? Like, this is crazy. I mean, I guess he did finish it, right? But like, why didn't he release it? That's the weird part. I have weird feelings about the entirety of The Vault, Old Friends for Sale, just kind of in general, because that was not released by Prince. It was released by Warner Brothers trying to capitalize on Prince, and it was a bunch of tracks that he gifted them. Like he gave it to them. Like I think that's what it said. It's like he gave it to them as a present, like at a party or whatever, and then they were like, well, he gave them to us, so I guess we can remaster these and release them. And it's just like, oh man, that's really bad. But also, like, I'm very happy that that collection of songs eventually made it out, and There Is Lonely is amazing. So I'm gonna give it to There Is Lonely. It is a very sad song, but being happy doesn't always win you best song, right? Sometimes my favorite songs are the sad songs. I think somebody mentioned Steel Would Stand All Time earlier. Oh, that song's so amazing. That is not a happy song. Then we get to 1 + 1 + 1 is 3. and Life Can Be So Nice. And that is again going to be a pretty easy one because I said 1 plus 1 plus 1 is 3 is an amazing song, and Life Can Be So Nice is kind of mid. So, not even going to dance around that one. So, now let's get to these final two. We have Future Baby Mama versus the final two pairings of this bracket. Future Baby Mama versus New World. That's a tough one, right? What did I put here on my bracket I filled out? Okay, I know what I put here in my bracket that I filled out. Let's talk it out. So Future Baby Mama, cool, sexy, grown folks love, right? I'm not a big fan of the reference to be like, you want to collect like your shoes, you want to show off. I've never really liked that line. I think the whole rest of the song is good. I think in New World, I can't think of any line in New World that I don't like. So if we're just gonna let's look at the lyrics, right? If we look at beat, because they're two very different songs. One is like a mid-tempo kind of funky, like ballady thing, and then one is like a high, dook dook, So I don't know. This is a hard one. This one's a hard one. Let me see what you guys are saying. New World, Future Baby Mama, New World, Future Baby Mama, Future Baby Mama, New World. I like that one. That was good. Ellipse Age. I think it's gonna have to be New World. So I think New World's gonna win it, and that is also different than what I had originally planned on my, because I fill these things out beforehand, so I at least have a direction that I'm going in. But sometimes I convince myself out of my original decisions. I think New World's gonna end up winning that one. Wow, I was not expecting that. Wow, that's so crazy. That's so crazy. And then we have There Is Lonely versus 1 plus 1 plus 1 is 3. I have been saying a lot of amazing things about There Is Lonely, but again, 1 plus 1 plus 1 is 3, despite its crazy religiosity, which it does. It has a lot of that. It has a lot of crazy religiosity. It's 3 gradic order. And it's just like, oh, if you actually if you look up what the theocratic order is, there's people just like out there in the crowd just singing it like, yeah, that's right, there's a theocratic order. And it's just like, you need to look that stuff up. Look it up. It's not the greatest thing. It's not the greatest thing. But I do love that song. And then we have New World versus 1 plus 1 plus 1 is 3. This one's a hard one, guys. This one's a very, very hard one. I think it's going to have to be 1 plus 1 plus 1 is 3. I think that's what's going to have to win it. New World is, again, amazing song. I think 1 plus 1 plus 1 is 3 is going to have to win it. So that is going to be the winner of bracket 3. Bracket 3 is 1 plus 1 plus 1 is 3. If you want to be with me. All right, let's do this last bracket. The last bracket is singles again. So we've done 2. We've done 1 for singles. We did 2 now deep cut ones. Now we're going to do another singles one. And it looks like Samantha's bracket ended with Undisputed versus Deliverance, an Undisputed one. Wow. That's so cool. Sybil, we got the same results. See, and that's the thing, Sybil. It's like we probably had completely different different ones that ended up throughout the whole thing. We have the same final song, right? Sometimes it doesn't matter what the other ones are. It's like that one is going to win. Let's do this. Girls and Boys versus Fury. Lady Cab Driver versus Close and Slow for You. Ooh, that's a good team up. Honestly, those two are also like, I don't know. I feel like those two might be comparable to each other. I don't know. That's a tough one, Megahertz. Undisputed versus Daddy Pop and Daddy Pop 1. I can't. I think if Daddy Pop and Undisputed are against each other, I think Daddy Pop would win. But Daddy Pop never got to go up against it in my bracket. That's the thing. So Girls and Boys versus Fury. So Girls and Boys. Love the song. Again, like Parade's not my favorite album. It is what it is. Y'all can hate if you want. But I do like Girls and Boys. That is a really, really good song. Fury is one of those songs that, like, on paper should be super amazing, but I feel like I've always thought that Fury was underbaked. Um, like it either needed to be harder or it needed to be spicier, or there needed to be like it was 90% of the way that it needed to be, but I never thought that it got that final 10%, if that makes sense. Maybe it needed some tambourine, sure. I don't know what it needed, right? And I've seen it live and it was really good live. But like, I don't know, Fury just never necessarily got there for me. So if it gets put against a song called like not called, but a song like Girls and Boys, like nah, I don't think so. Like I think Girls and Boys is gonna win that one. Um yeah, Girls and Boys. Girls and Boys. Um Christy says, I think that's why I never fell in love with Fury. Yeah. Like, Fury is great, but it's just missing something. I've had songs like that. Like I'll write a song and I'll be like, there's something missing in this song. Like I can't put this out. Like I can't put this out the way it is. Like it's something missing. Samantha says the reverse footage in the Girls and Boys video of Pete putting his jacket back on is so fire. I liked that. I think that part was because they didn't have like they ran out of footage. I think they probably had to end up doing that. So yeah, so Girls and Boys I think is gonna win that one. The next one is My Name is Prince versus Guitar, which that's a crazy coupling. Um, so I think for me as well, it's going to go pretty easily to My Name is Prince. And I'll tell you why. Because, oh, I said, see, this is the problem of saying things while you're typing. I said to My Name is Prince. Um, My Name is Prince had the beat going, it had the Tony M rap on it, it had Prince with all his attitude, it had him in that like cool chain hat. It had that song had so many things going for it. Guitar, on the other hand, for a song called Guitar, you would think that there would be like more guitar in it, but like it actually doesn't have that much guitar in it. That's the crazy part. So for me, I gotta give it to My Name is Prince. I think it's just a more put together song. I honestly feel like Guitar kind of fits in. It gets the same kind of feel as Fury. Like it's missing something, whether it's an additional guitar solo or just a different tone on the guitar. Um, yeah, but no, yeah, I think it definitely needs it. It needed something else to be able to beat the juggernaut that is My Name is Prince. In my opinion. How dare I? I know I'm the worst. Uh, the next one is Uptown versus Dinner with Delores. Um, so Uptown is a classic song, and I'm gonna give it to Uptown. And the reason that I did it for Uptown is because I never necessarily liked Dinner with Delores. I thought it was good. I thought it was an odd choice for a single. That was what that's why it's on here, right? Because this is singles versus deep cuts. So when I went to that album, guess how many singles Chaos and Disorder had? It had one. Guess what the single was? Dinner with Delores. I didn't really like that song that much. So I'm sure I misspell. I misspell a lot of stuff. Let me get it. Let me hit it real quick. Thank you. All right. And again, I'm gonna post. I'll update it. I'll re-export this and update it later. Yeah, I'm gonna give it to Uptown. I don't know. For me, it's definitely I don't know. For me, it's an easy choice. So I'm not gonna belabor that one. Let's move on. Batdance versus Rock and Roll Love Affair. What? Like, how did these two get coupled? So Rock and Roll Love Affair is a later song from Prince. It was actually released as a single before it was on an album. Uh, and it's a nice song. It's a nice song. Tells a nice little story about him and his relationship that he had with with Andy. Why am I blanking on her name? Oh my gosh. I did like an album. I did a review for her and everything. his relationship with her. Uh, somebody please put it. It's Andy Allo. Thank you. Oh my gosh, it was driving me crazy. So yeah, so like it was kind of a song about his relationship with Andy Allo. So like, and it made a lot of sense in listening to it. Like again, if you listen to the music, you'll understand where he's coming from because he puts a lot of himself in his music. He's kind of telling his own story. I do like it. Batdance is like a whole other creature. Like it's a whole other thing unto itself. And my choice was to either put Batdance or Party Man on here, and I didn't want to put Party Man because I've put Party Man on here before, and it got almost to the end. It didn't win, but like it does too well. I like that song too much, so I was like, let me do Batdance. And I think there's a lot of songs that could have beat Batdance, but not Rock and Roll Love Affair. I really like Batdance. It is bonkers. That's a bonkers song, and it's amazing. Unless you listen to the edit where they cut out the guitar solo, and I'm like, who did that edit? I'm gonna stab that person. That person does not deserve to live. They took out the guitar solo, which is like one of the best guitar solos like ever. Leave that crap in. Stop it. Stop taking stuff out. That's awesome. So that's my thought on that. I'll calm it down a little bit here. I apologize for being crazy. Let's go to the next one. Peace versus The Work Part 1. So Peace was actually one of the singles off of Slaughterhouse. I actually wasn't expecting Slaughterhouse to have any singles, but it did. Peace. I actually just listened to Peace just recently, and oh my gosh, oh god, Peace time. Whoa, whoa, Peace time. Like that song is dope. Like that song is a really good song. And honestly, it gets away from what I was talking about a lot before about what a lot of Slaughterhouse has on it, which is a lot of just kind of straight funk. Peace kind of gets away with that, and it has like a whole like extra energy to it. I mean, Peace is really dope. If you put it up against The Work Part 1 though, which was the single, again, The Work Part 1 has been on the brackets before. I was gonna not put it on here, but it was the single off of Rainbow Children, so I had to put it, right? This is why it's fun to give yourself limitations and rules, because the work would not be on here if it was my choice. The Work Part 1 is going to win it. And it's for many, many reasons. For many reasons, it's going to win it. Not the least that it's a better song than Peace. It just kind of is, in my opinion. But it's got a lot more going for it, which again is kind of the downfall of songs off of Slaughterhouse, is that they're very straightforward. They're fitting a certain mold, a certain thing that Prince was doing at the time, when he was doing that album. But The Work Part 1, that song's so good. That song's so good. I'll talk more about it maybe if it wins next time. Then we have Extraordinary, which was the single off of The Vault, Old Set Friends for Sale, versus You Got the Look, which You Got the Look is awesome. What are we doing? Sybil, this is so fun. You should do these types of videos more often. Very creative. I would do these more often. It's been a yearly thing. But I do versus videos here and there. Extraordinary, really, really amazing song. Yes, the artiste, formerly known. You got to say all the syllables. Every syllable must be heard. So yes, no, if we You Got the Look is iconic. It's Sign of the Times era. You got Cat in it. You got Sheena Easton in it. You got him playing on the stage and going crazy. You got the weird hat that he was wearing. We got slamming. You got a lot of stuff going for it. Extraordinary is one of those songs that kind of hits you with like that left hook, like you weren't expecting it, right? Like it's like theatrical, and it's got like that really nice piano in it. His voice is amazing in it. Like that's honestly, that's a hard one. That's honestly a hard one, and that should be super easy. The Extraordinary versus, like, Extraordinary was a single for an album that was kind of out and like kind of fizzled, and we know it because we're friends. But like not everybody knew it. But like You Got the Look, that was a huge song. Like that one should be the one, right? I think I gotta give it to Extraordinary. I have You Got the Look on my original pairing, but now I'm like thinking about it, and I'm like, I think that has to go to Extraordinary. Yeah, I think that has to go to Extraordinary. Extraordinary. I'll learn how to spell one day, y'all. I'm only a writer. I know, and a lot of you are saying like, "You Got the Look definitely wins it." it I think You Got the Look could have beaten a lot of songs, but I think Extraordinary. I think Extraordinary. I'll say it that way instead of the other way. I think Extraordinary is that it's like a sleeper. I wasn't expecting it to be a sleeper, but it's a sleeper. I don't know. We're gonna have to check this one out. Raspberry Beret versus Hollyrock is the next one. Um, I think it's gonna be an easy one. It's gonna be a Raspberry Beret. It's a classic song. I sing that one at karaoke all the time. It's a great song. Um, it's a classic song. Hollyrock is good. It was the single off of the originals, obviously, so I needed to throw that one out there. Uh, yeah, I mean, Hollyrock is good. It's not as good as Raspberry Beret, so Raspberry Beret wins it. Um, it is a lot of fun. No, I agree with you, David. It is a lot of fun. So the last pairing though is Glam Slam versus I Would Die for You. So here's a funny, crazy pairing. Two very different songs that have nothing to do with each other, and by all accounts should never be put against each other. Glam Slam is from Love Sexy, which is one of my all-time favorite albums, and it's just so good. It's just so good. I love it. It's amazing. I Would Die for You though is also amazing. I can't even say equally amazing. I think it might even be more amazing than Glam Slam. That's a really hard one. Honestly, we were saying this a lot about the earlier ones. I feel like literally it could go either way. I would feel justified in my choice of either Glam Slam or I Would Die for You. I feel like they are equally good for different reasons, is what I'll say. Because Glam Slam has some guitar and it has like that weird orchestral ending. I Would Die for You has the different imagery, and it has the doctor. You know, it has stuff going for it too. Um, I'm gonna give it to I Would Die for You. Yeah, that's a hard one. I wasn't thinking I was gonna give it to I Would Die for You, but I think I have to give it to I Would Die for You. That just seems fair. That seems fair. Like it's a great song. It's a great song. Uh, all right, so let's go through these again. Girls and Boys versus My Name Is Prince. Um, My Name Is Prince. Better album, better song, better experience. It has more energy and more like oomph to it. I'm gonna give it to My Name Is Prince. I feel like it definitely like I think he one upped a lot of the stuff that he did in the 80s with My Name Is Prince. Like he was making a statement with that song. And you know, and if we're gonna be again, if we're gonna be inconsistent and be like, and you know, he's got Tony M on there with him. He's got to get points for that on that, even though I didn't give points for the other song that I added on him. So yeah, so I'm gonna give it to My Name Is Prince. I feel like that one is the better song when compared to Girls and Boys. That's my own personal opinion. We'll see what happens, right? Um, the next one is Uptown versus Batdance. I think again, pretty easy. I'm gonna give it to Batdance. Batdance is again an amalgamation of a bunch of different ideas that shouldn't work together but do. And Uptown is kind of a fun, kind of playful, kind of poppy rock song, which is good. Like it's good. It's a good song. Like it's a great song. I would even say it's a great song. I don't think it's as great as Batdance is. Batdance is wonderful. I think somebody else said like earlier they were like, "Oh yeah, in the video of my son dancing to Batdance is awesome." Yeah, I put that. It's a short on my YouTube video, and he was jamming. Like he was learning all the moves and stuff. Yeah, and, Batdance kind of needs to win that one against Uptown, definitely. Then we got the work part 1 versus Extraordinary. And I think it's going to be. So here's the thing, right? The work part 1, super funky, has some amazing horns in it. So good. That's a hard one. That is a really hard one. Because honestly, like I'm thinking about Extraordinary, and like there's it. I think it is like it is the sleeper assassin here, but is it good enough to take out the work part 1? Because the work part 1 is amazing. But Extraordinary is like it also it has the it has like that orchestral thing going for it. It's got him in his high register going for it. It's got like I feel like he was really like he was creating emotion with Extraordinary. And I don't know, the work part 1, like it's funky and you can dance to it, and you know obviously it's a a religious recruitment tool, but that's a tough one. I might need to get some feedback from you guys. Let me see what you guys are saying. So I said David says the work, Samantha says the work, Maurice says the work. Hi Maurice. Doc says that's the one. I don't know if it means the work or if it means Extraordinary. Geneva's windmill arm dance hits me anytime the chorus the work comes on. Okay, gotcha. Lothario says the work. I feel like the work is the easy answer, right? But I feel like Extraordinary just it is a really good song. Like honestly, it was a good choice for it is a good choice for a single for the Vault, old friends for sale. But it does look like a lot of you were saying it should be the work. I don't know, guys. I don't know about that. I don't know. Let's do it. I'm gonna make it the work. I'm gonna do the work. Let's make it the work. It is the easy choice. I feel like Extraordinary. I could pick it. I could pick it. Um, I could pick. I could pick Extraordinary still. I'm gonna give it to the work. I feel like it punches you in the face. Like it's almost just like, you know. Bejeweled, yes. I have been promising videos for a while. Work has been crazy. Health has been crazy. I'll be back soon. Don't you worry. But I wasn't gonna miss this. We do this every year. And then we have I Would Die for You versus Raspberry Beret. I think in the grand scheme of things, Raspberry Beret ends up winning a lot in my book. Raspberry Beret is an amazing song. I would even say I wouldn't even say it's like is it better than I Would Die for You though? Maybe hold on, let me move that back. Maybe it needs to be I Would Die for You. Because like Raspberry Beret is an amazing song. I Would Die for You is like I don't know. I Would Die for You is almost on another level. I'm actually very curious to hear what you guys have to say about it as well. This is my first one of your videos that I've seen. I could want to do one of these on a weekly basis. Thank you, Samantha. You should definitely go back and watch. We've done it now. I think this is like the 5th time we've done it. So like there's many hours worth of me doing this. And there's also videos like where I take like I took all 3 discs of Emancipation and I broke it down into what it would look like as a single disc. If we were to release that, like that was a fun one, a lot of cutting. I did the same thing with Crystal Ball. So like if you like things like this where I'm kind of pitting songs against each other, those are some other options that you have there. Let me see. Maurice says, "Oh yeah, Raspberry Beret. When I saw it on video, I thought, wow, Prince has hair." Weird. He's always had hair. David says, "I Would Die for You" is too iconic not to be selected. Christy says, I'm yelling at my TV. Put Raspberry Beret back." I know. Like Raspberry Beret seems like the easy choice though, kind of like with the work, right? But we can't discount I Would Die for You. Like I Would Die for You is I mean it even has the, I would die for you. Like it's got everything. It's got all the stuff. But then Raspberry Beret has the clouds. It has the kind of cheeky sexiness of the song. It's got green screen. It's got the dance. Yes. It has the dance. Very good point, Ellipsage. You know, like if we're like trying to like go point for point in terms of like iconicism, like is I don't know if that's a word. Raspberry Beret, I think, is just as iconic as I Would Die for You, right? Megahertz, the cough is iconic. You're right. You're 100% right. I'm gonna put Raspberry Beret back because the cough, right? The cough, like no one coughs on record. Prince did that. Prince did that. A tie is out of the question, Lothario. Sorry. Somebody has to win. Somebody has to win, otherwise we can't move on to the next round. So yeah, it's hard to say. It's hard to say. Bejeweled, yes, I have been saying it for a while, and it's been happening for a while, like I said. All right, so now we're done with the second round. Now we're to the third rounds, so this will make this easier. My Name is Prince versus Batdance. So all of the stuff that I said about Batdance, of it being like this crazy thing, this crazy amalgamation of sounds and emotions and all that stuff, I think if you compare it to something like My Name is Prince, then becomes its downfall, I think. Maybe the next bracket will have Pussy Control on it. We'll put Pussy Control on the next one. I think Batdance isn't as good as so hard to say. Like I can't say it's not as good. I freaking love both these songs. I think I will have to choose My Name is Prince to go on to the next round, which is different than what I had written here. I think I'm gonna have to pick My Name is Prince. I feel like it has a lot of elements in the song that all fit together really, really well. And as David just says, it also kicks you in the face. I said the work punches you, and then My Name is Prince kicks you, apparently. So I do love that. The Batdance guitar solo is very good, but, you know, it doesn't have do that, somebody. You know, I mean, not a lot of songs don't have that. So, um, the Symbol album is like P's second self-titled album, is a complete representation of an artist, and My Name is Prince is the icon, this is who I am kind of vibe. That's definitely true. Um, yeah, I'm gonna go with My Name is Prince. That was a really tough one though, because again, I feel like Batdance I could have easily moved Batdance, and I'd be okay with that as well. Um, so that's just me. Doc Christian, we haven't gotten to the end yet. Hold on. Um, hold on, we haven't gotten there. But keep that comment for the end. So now we have The Work versus Raspberry Beret. So I'm really interested in what you guys think about this one. I feel like The Work is I feel like The Work was easy for Prince, and I feel like Raspberry Beret was not. I feel like Raspberry Beret was creative, and I feel like it was new for him. Like he was trying something new. And I feel like The Work was Prince saying, yeah, you know, I'm going to be funky again. It's great. Uh, you know, that's kind of how I feel about it. If I had to compare the songs, I listened to The Work Part 1 way more than I listened to Raspberry Beret. Again, that comes as a consequence of a lot of what I've said before. Like, I just listened to a lot of Prince's later stuff more than I listened to his earlier stuff, just because I enjoy the later vibes more. Um, so let me see. Christy says his arms was out in My Name, Prince. Yes, points for that alone. I mean, you know, he had muscles. He was good. Um, David says I want to say The Work, but I know you ain't gonna pick it. So Raspberry Beret. I think it could be either. I really do think it could be either. Samantha says the extended version of The Work from the audio show is good. That is good. I try not to like think of like different versions of the song. I try to take it like as, you know, pick a version, and I'm trying to compare those, because if I compare every version of every song, I'm sure there's a version of Raspberry Beret out there that is just as funky and crazy as The Work, and I'm sure there's a version of The Work that is doing stuff that Raspberry Beret doesn't do. Like I kind of need to go with like standard versions as much as possible, I think. Otherwise, you end up in a crazy conundrum. I think, not just to spite David, but honestly because I think when comparing these two songs, I think The Work has to win it. I think it's The Work. The Work Part 1. I mean, it's a damn good song. And again, like I said, I do listen to it quite a bit. And I do like Raspberry Beret a lot. Like, that's my karaoke song. Like, anytime I can sing Raspberry Beret, that's like my go-to. But that ends us with My Name is Prince versus The Work. And if I was gonna do this, now this one's weird. This one's weird. These songs are nothing alike. These songs have nothing to do with each other. And so Sybil says that The Work won her bracket. I don't know. Because honestly, I think a lot of stuff that we've been saying about My Name is Prince could put it over the top above The Work, but The Work has a lot. The Work is really good. Oh man. This one is a tough one. This one's a tough one. I'm gonna go with My Name is Prince. I think I'm gonna go with My Name is Prince. That is hard. Oh, wow. I'm not gonna take it back. I'm not gonna take it back because then we'll just be here all night. I think I feel good about that. I feel good about that. Honestly, I would feel good about either of those decisions. I would feel good about either of those decisions. But I think in this case, I think I'm gonna go with My Name is Prince. So now let's go to our final four here. Can I make this slightly smaller? How do I do that? Let's make this slightly smaller. There we go. There we go. We got it? Okay, everybody can see it. Okay, good. So, we have the Holy River versus Baby I'm a Star. So let's go back there. Let's remove the other two that we just talked about. We're going back now. We're on a final four now. We're gonna find out what our final two is, and then we'll find out who our winner is. Okay, so we have Holy River versus Baby I'm a Star. Let's break these things down. Holy River, spiritual message, amazing guitar work, lots of ups and downs, amazing lyricism on it, right? Probably one of my favorite songs from Emancipation in general. So good. We go to Baby I'm a Star, like that's a movie ender. That thing has some power. It's got attitude. It's got so much going for it, lyricism as well, despite the grammar. There's a lot going for Baby I'm a Star. That's a hard choice here. If I am going to put my whole heart into this, Holy River is going to win against Baby I'm a Star. And anybody who wants to hate on me and say like, oh, obviously Purple Rain wasn't going to win. Computer Blue won the second year we did this, by the way. So Purple Rain has won before. A song from Purple Rain has won before. So it's not like favoritism or anything. It is based on these two songs. And if I needed to listen to both of these two songs, like, which one would I prefer to put on? Like, just ask yourself that, right? If I was like, hey, do you want to listen to Holy River? Or do you want to listen to Baby I'm a Star? I'd say, put on Holy River. Put that on right now, right? So, I'm going to go with Holy River. All of these are winners. It's the final four, obviously. Like, they wouldn't be in it if they weren't amazing songs, right? So I'm gonna go with the Holy River on that one. The second pairing, though, is 1 + 1 + 1 is 3 versus My Name is Prince. And that is now you guys can't see it. You probably can't see it in this write-up, but I did the bracket before. And when I did the bracket originally, this pairing was Future Baby Mama versus The Work when I originally did it. And now that I'm doing it, it's 1 + 1 + 1 is 3 versus My Name is Prince. Completely different. And this shows you that, like, it's different each time you do it, right? Like, I've already did it and I'm doing it again and it's different. So, this is weird. This is very weird. I think if I was to put 1 + 1 + 1 is 3 versus My Name is Prince. I'm gonna ask the question again. If I said, hey, I can put a song on, do you want to listen to 1 + 1 + 1 is 3, or do you want to listen to My Name is Prince? I think my first reflex, like I'm going reflexive here, I think I would say put 1 + 1 + 1 is 3 on. But then I might also then say, but play My Name is Prince right after that. So does that make 1 + 1 + 1 is 3 better? And should it win based on that? Or is My Name is Prince like just, I mean, okay, so let's think of it structurally, right? Oh man. Oh, this is so hard. Let me see what you guys are saying, because maybe I need some advice. Let me see what you guys are saying. Um My Name is Prince. My Name is Prince. My Name is Prince, and I'm funky. Thank you, Maurice. My Name is Prince every day, David says. Now, but Sybil says 1 + 1 + 1 is 3. Idle Gray says 1 + 1 + 1 is 3. Samantha says 1 + 1 + 1 is 3. Private Joy says My Name is Prince. Shook everybody when it came out. Yes, but we can't necessarily. I try to not do this based on the effect that it had, right? I'm trying to compare these songs. Because if we compare, then every Purple Rain song would win any pairing that it got, because we would be like, oh, it was the big hit, right? So we can't really use that. We have to compare the songs honestly against each other. Live or studio version. So if we do live or studio, the live version of 1 + 1 + 1 is 3 wasn't as good as on record, in my opinion. My Name is Prince live was good. It was good. It was solid. Probably as good, if not just slightly better. But I usually try to, again, as I said earlier, I try to stick with like a standard version of the song. So I guess I'm going with studio versions, record versions of these. David says My Name is Prince is the only choice. I mean, it is very, but you can't, it's hard to say that My Name is Prince is funkier than a straight up funk song 1 + 1 + 1 is 3, right? They are both funky. You can't dispute that. Just saying. But I am gonna give it to My Name is Prince, I think. That's a hard one. I have no real reason. I might take it back, but I'm not gonna take it back. Again, we'll be here all night if we take it back. I So I think with that said, now we are at the final pairing, the Holy River versus My Name is Prince. And if it's me choosing, Holy River wins. For all of the reasons that I have said the whole time. But like Holy River is it like, let's just go on message alone, right? If we go on message alone, Holy River wins. It's about love, it's about spirituality. My Name is Prince is about like, I'm Prince and I'm funky and I'm gonna come after your daughter. Like, great song too, right? Love it. It wouldn't be in the final two if I didn't love it. But against Holy River, again, that's the thing about these pairings. And let's say the first pairing would have been Holy River versus My Name is Prince. I think it would have just won outright. And then My Name is Prince would have never ended up in this final thing. So I think for me, it's an easy choice. I don't know if that's for everybody, but the 2024 winner of the Prince Madness bracket on Prince's Friends YouTube channel has been decided. It is the Holy River. I don't have any sound effects ready. I'll get some of those ready. Maybe I'll put it in post. I don't know. We'll see. Yeah, no. Holy River. Holy River's an amazing song. Anybody who has not heard Holy River or hasn't heard it recently, go listen to it again and then listen to My Name is Prince and then tell me that I made the wrong decision. I did not. So let's see what you guys are saying. I want to know, first off, obviously what you guys think about my winner. If you guys like it, if you guys disagree with it, you let me know. But also in the chat, I want to know who ended up being your winner. I want to know what your winner is. So I see Holy River. Yes to Holy River. Respect for Holy River. Um, that was a very good bracket. Congrats to Holy River. Thank you, Maurice. So Samantha says, "Come on" was my final winner. Come on won. Wow. But if I was given the entire list and had to go pick one song to listen to, I'm not sure if that's the one I pick. Exactly. That's the thing, right? If I went back and I just took this list and you just said pick a song, I might have just picked The Breakdown, right? Or I might have picked what's another song on here that I really love? I might have just picked The Breakdown. I might have just picked Deliverance. If that was the criteria, was just pick a song you want to listen to and go for it, right? The whole point is that's the fun part about doing these brackets is you're putting them against each other in weird and unexpected pairings, and you have to really think like which song is better, like which one do I want to push, maybe not even which one's better, right, but which one do I think deserves to go to the next bracket. And again, if Holy River and My Name is Prince, both of them were singles, but both of them ended up in different singles brackets, right? If they ended up in the same bracket, then Holy River would have beat My Name is Prince, and My Name is Prince wouldn't have even ended up in the thing. That's why I love doing these, because they're all so random and they make you think. They make you think, right? So I love doing these. This is one of my favorite things to do. I'm a true 90s fan. I am a true 90s fan. That was when I got into Prince. I wouldn't say that that's why the final two songs were 90s songs. I think it really is the pairings. There's a lot of instances where some of these could have been swapped out for others. And again, Computer Blue has won. Two songs from Musicology have won already, which is why I decided to skip any Musicology songs on this bracket, because they won. That one has won twice. And then, if I recall, also Musicology won for me on the albums one. So it's like it's unfair for me to put any kind of Musicology on here. Lothario, no disrespect, but any Emancipation song would win over the Symbol album. I like both. You know, to each their own. Sybil, 1+1+1 is 3. Won the entire thing for you. Wow, that's a fair winner. Honestly, again, I think 1+1+1 is 3 versus My Name is Prince. It could have gone either way. I ended up going My Name is Prince, but I could have easily picked the other. Let's see. Holy River's an amazing song. Definitely not my selection. My Name is Prince is such a great song off an amazing album. I mean, I agree with you, David. And that's fair, right? And that's why we're doing it together, because we get to kind of have fun and you get to share yours. Interesting that your overall winner and my overall winner were paired against each other in the first round. Oh, that's right. It was Holy River versus Come On. And like, see, in my case, Holy River beats Come On. Like, it smacks it around. Uh, I just smack it around. It's crazy. But like in your case, it was like, no, come on, definitely wins. Let's see. Do you think that the Love Symbol album is almost a sequel to Diamonds and Pearls? I think it maybe. I think it is a sequel, but not in like any kind of story way. It's a sequel to it is the repercussions of having that kind of popular album, is that then he came out and he was kind of punk against the popularity that he had just garnered. So it's not really a sequel, but it's also kind of. I mean, I'm not disagreeing. I applaud Holy River as well. My choice was also a result of the message. Yes, definitely good. Let's see. I have musicology bias. Love that album. Yeah, I have musicology bias too. It's a thing. Lothario says, how about on next year's bracket, you have one region of nothing but guitar solos going against each other. See, that could be cool. We could do, maybe next year we do cool guitars, cool keys, cool like beats, and then cool like bass lines. Ooh. See, that'll be fun. That's going to be fun for next year. Thank you for that idea. Let's do it. I love it. Let's see. No, I love that. Let's see. Samantha says, I have the Muffin Airplane Doodle from Come On. I don't even know what that is. Doc Christian, all right. I got Dance for Me versus The Work at the end. And I love The Work. I love what The Work represents, but Dance for Me was the first song that got 100 plays on my iPod. You know what? That's fair enough. That is fair enough. And even when I was doing it, I was like, Dance for Me got through 2 rounds. I was not expecting that. Dance for Me is awesome. Like, but I thought it was gonna come on the list and then it was gonna just get smacked around by these other bigger songs. But based on what the songs that it got paired up against, it won 2 rounds. I mean, it ended up getting beat out by which song did it get end up being? It got beat out by Diamonds and Pearls. I mean, it was gonna be hard for most songs to go up against Diamonds and Pearls. To be fair, um, oh wait, no, it went up against Holy River. Well, yeah, no, it went up against the winner. So yeah, then no. Um, yes, one song immediately changes the brackets. Megahertz. Let's do associated acts next. I mean, we could do an associated acts. Um, the problem is that with the associated acts, it ends up becoming. See, Prince doing a bracket of Prince songs just by Prince himself gives me a wide array of things to work with. If we do, I mean, because like somebody had suggested to me, like, why don't you do one for instrumentals? And I said, I don't think there's enough instrumental tracks to do. And they said, well, even if you add in like Madhouse and stuff. And I'm like, yeah, but then it would just be like a bunch of Madhouse and then a few of instrumentals from like a couple of albums here and there. But Prince didn't really release a ton of instrumental tracks on his albums. He would have like one or two every so often. And then he would release like Kama Sutra, which was like entirely instrumental, and Madhouse, which was entirely instrumental. And like, sure, but then it's just like it would be brackets, but it would be like mostly Kama Sutra and Madhouse on it. And I feel like that's basically what would end up happening if we did associated acts, right? It would either need to be a much tighter, smaller bracket with a lot more limited choice, or if we tried to include as much as we could, it would be like filled with the time, you know, and then like it would be like tons of the time, and then a couple of like some others from some others, but it would be like mostly time and Sheila E. You know, essentially at that point. So I mean, it's definitely worth it. I'd be open to like trying it out and playing around with like putting together a bracket in that vein. I'm not saying it could never work. I'm just saying it would be way harder to put together than this one was, which was just like, let me go see what songs were singles and then let me pick some random ones off those albums and then let's see what happens, right? There's just so much more to play with. And honestly, now we've been doing this for 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. This is our 6th year doing this. And there's still songs that have not been on the bracket. So like next year, I'm going to try and really work hard to get songs that have not had the chance to try and win something. But now Holy River's no longer allowed to be on the brackets anymore, along with Call My Name, You Know, Computer Blue, and Musicology. So again, it's not allowed to be on the brackets anymore. So let me see. Let me switch back to here. I didn't mean to do that. Sorry, everybody. I did not mean to do that. It was not supposed to do that again. Uh, so yeah. So I mean, and that's the thing. Yeah, I mean, we could throw on some Bria, some Liv, some Judith. I mean, we could do that, but then I also feel like there's so many of those that people haven't heard that it would be, you know, if it's like, oh, it's a song from the time versus one of those songs that he wrote for Judith Hill, then people are going to be like, well, you know, I like the time, so let me pick the time. I feel like it's just easier to keep it to Prince. But again, I'm not against it. Let's work on it together. If y'all have ideas, DM me. You guys can hit me up on like Facebook or whatever, and we can work it. We'll work it out. We'll work it out. We'll make something work. Um, it kind of becomes a battle of marketing, exactly, which is also that's kind of what happens even here when we're dealing with his earlier songs versus his later songs, right? His earlier songs are huge, and they're everybody knows them, and they're full of nostalgia, and they're full of hype, and they're full of all the marketing that went along with them. So like if you get something like a Chelsea Rogers, and then somebody, you know, let's say Chelsea Rogers versus like Darling Nikki, right? Like in my opinion, Chelsea Rogers wins that. But if you ask most other people, they're gonna be like either A, I've never really heard Chelsea Rogers, you know, because it's off of Planet Earth, and I wasn't listening to Prince anymore at Planet Earth time. I only liked his 80s stuff. You know, or you get people who are just like, I liked him back when he was funky, or obviously Darling Nicoley. Or they say, oh, that's the one from the movie, the one that's really sexy and like all that stuff. Oh yeah, obviously that one. Chelsea Rogers is good, but that one, that one's just way better. It's just like it already carries so much weight just because it's from that era. You know what I mean? So yeah, you're only hearing truth from me. I only speak the truth. That's just how it is. So, but I mean, but that's how it works, right? Like Chelsea Rogers is amazing. I would probably pick Chelsea Rogers, but I also picked a lot of songs here that people didn't agree with because we're all different. We all have different ears, and it's all fine. Uh, but it ends up being a battle of the marketing, even on something like this. So that's why I really try to take the time and like walk through and like talk about my choices and why I'm choosing it, and I try to shut down any of the conversation of like, well, that song's just iconic. It's just like, yeah, but like we can't go based on that because because then only certain songs would win because Prince is known for certain songs. So if anytime those songs come up, they win, even if it's not as good a song as some other songs, well then like we're not doing our job right. Anyway, yes, Shelby J. Woo, woo. Everybody here knows me about me and Shelby J. I love Shelby J. Shelby J is my girl. But yes. So I do want to say, because I know Bejeweled was saying it earlier, I have been away for a while. I've had a lot of work. I've also had a lot of health things that have been going on. These things have been keeping me from posting more regularly. This is hopefully going to be my triumphant return. I have a couple of ideas that I'm going to try and record next week and going to start to try and get some other videos out. I am going to be going to Celebration. So I don't want Celebration to be the first videos that I come back with. So my plan is just to come back, start making some more videos again so that you guys are ready when I go to Celebration. Hopefully I do get to make it there. We'll see what happens. Right now, it's a yes. We'll see what happens if anything changes. But yes, I love all of you. And may you live to see the dawn. And I will see you guys in the next one. Don't forget to put comments like what you chose, what was your choice, who won your bracket. I love all of that. I want to keep this discussion going. And if you have the bracket, make sure to grab the bracket either from the link in the chat or grab it from the description of the video. Share that thing around. Share it to all the different Facebook groups and whatnot, because even if they don't want to engage with the video and with me here, that's a fun thing to just throw out there. Everybody can have fun with it. So I'm going to upload a different version that will have some spelling corrections. and then share it around. Okay. Love you all. Check you guys later.